right, well, a couple things before we do get started today. If you know someone who wants to play an NG American game, send them my way. I'd love to talk to them about either getting on the wait list for a campaign slot or getting into a one-shot. Speaking of one-shots, I have one coming up on Thursday. That's just in a few days here. And that is with a famous miniature painter named Nerd Hala. She is a painter who does stuff for people like Felicia Day and other celebrities. Go check her out here on Twitch, and we have that ticket available still at gameric.com right on the front page. There's only one left, so pick that up while you still can. It's going to be a fun, light-hearted little one-shot. It's going to be a good time. We also have the GM tip videos and archives over on YouTube. We've got the Patreon over patreon.com/GMeric, where we did an art reveal today of a sneak peek. And we have the reference site over at toyvoarpg.com. But let's go ahead and get you guys started, because it's time for you guys to get towards the back end of this campaign. So, we're going to get you guys going here. You guys have been adventuring in the lands of Toyvoa. Specifically, we are here in the city of Bourbon, where you have just gotten done assaulting the Citadel and removing the hierarchy from the government. The Cervantes family is in shambles. You have revealed to Leandro Cervantes that his son is in Shatter Shaddai and have sent him off to go look for him, or actually sent him to Nausea to get the information to send him to Shatter Shaddai. And yep. Don Ricardo is dead. You've removed the threat of the avatar of Cateus here and have started the process of purging any conflict from within the city by sending Amor Shestina and the various students and other members of the House of Flowers throughout the city. As we come back, you guys did not take the long rest. Would you like to? And wake up the next morning?
Well, most of us have Amor's wine to sleep off.
I mean, some of you do, yes.
All right. I'm not hearing any objections to taking your long rest and waking up in the morning.
I'm perfectly fine with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, Rose has a lot of stuff to do, and she has to strike while the iron is hot, so she's going to be working. But she's not going to interrupt the others resting.
Okay, so will you take your 4 hours of meditation or not?
She will not, no.
You will gain a level of exhaustion.
You can get that under active conditions, right?
Indeed.
I also I believe roll 20 has options for it as well.
So, as we go
beyond, sorry.
Now, Miss Rose,
if I can barely track my personal exhaustion, I don't know if I want to track my character's exhaustion.
Now, Miss Rose, where would you be doing your work exactly?
Well, she's moving from place to place as kind of like putting out fires where they are. But if she had to have like
literally in some cases,
yeah. If she had to have a place where anyone could like leave messages or where she's spending time when she's not needed personally, it's probably Ash Laurel's flower shop.
Do you want people to know that that is there, or are you going to try to establish a different office?
It's where it's going to be for now. I mean, because we're probably going to be moving that later.
Okay.
So for now, yeah, when she's not doing other stuff, she's going to be there.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, so we will transport you guys into Ash Laurel's flower shop. So, what exactly is Sweet August Rose up to today, or tonight?
Okay, tonight while they're sleeping, it's going to be lots of stuff. She has to, after she sent out her agents to round up any survivors of Cervantes' organizations, specifically any leaders.
Okay.
So she's going to spend pretty much all night talking to any of them, convincing them to work for her.
So
essentially,
you're going to try to talk to people who readily volunteer to talk to you, or captured people? What exactly are we looking for here?
Both. Yeah, both. Any like all of them, as many as her people can round up.
Okay.
And she's gonna give the survivors an offer, like work for me, or leave.
Okay.
And and if they leave, specifically the ones she's most interested in are the more powerful ones, like what's her name, the Soul Weaver,
Okay.
and the Red Talons if they're still alive.
Okay. You will not get any of the red talents. They are not going to be showing up.
Okay. Well,
Now, we will go ahead and just check mark who you are willing to talk to and work with. So, people who would be involved and be captured or taken would be Lady Valeria of Ashenbrook.
that was the white-haired lady who was with Cervantes, right?
She's the Dark Advisor. She's the sorceress of the Shadow Council.
Yeah, I mean, if she's willing to talk to me.
She's willing to talk to you. She's willing to work with you.
Yeah.
Rose has to make the decisions about how deep she wants to go into Operation Paperclip.
Right. And we're not going to involve Clippy anywhere in this, just saying.
Oh, no, Operation Paperclip is something very different.
I know, but I'm making a different reference.
I want Clippy.
I never really minded Clippy. I didn't find him that annoying.
Masochistic bastards.
He was cute, and he was always on the side.
You are too young to have had him in a work environment, sir. All right.
Okay, no, that's right. I didn't have him in a work. I had him in a school environment,
Exactly.
so I thought it was kind of
yeah. All right. The next would be Soren the Blightbringer. He was the guy who stole the various barrels of frenzy. He got captured by one of the House of Flowers members.
Oh, cool. One, I'd get the frenzy back from him.
He does not have it. It's been dispersed.
He already dispersed all of it?
Yep. He's hiding
Or
it.
hit it or something. Yeah.
Yep. It's somewhere.
He hid it. He didn't infect people with it.
No.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, is basically she tried to convince if the criteria is if Rose thinks she can get them to behave, she'll let them work for her.
Okay.
And if not, she'll say they can go and then kill them when no one's looking.
All right. So you're going to kill him on the way out of the room, or do you wait for him to go away?
I wait for him to go away.
All right. So
I might have
people.
people. Yeah, I might have people follow him to see if we can find where he hit the frenzy.
All right. So that's a future campaign mission for someone. Hey, we got to go through these.
No.
You did not find the General Payne, who is the chief interrogator.
Was he the one we threw off the side?
No.
Okay.
Kara the Red Viper, she's a master assassin. She is a rival, and she did not get captured during this. You guys did see her talk to Malachi in the park. She left when she found out the House of Flowers were doing something. Before the
smart.
assault. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that was the cute redhead. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Raven, the Iron Enforcer, died during the assault. Ironthorn killed him. Valthara, the Soul Weaver, is the... I did put the Valthara in here twice. I did put the Valthara in here twice. So she's okay. She's working with you. She wants to help you out because she knows most of what's going on in Bourbon. She understands the infrastructure of the city. So she's going to be a resource, but she is, questionable in morality. But Sweet Rose doesn't believe in good and evil.
Yeah, as long as she listens to me and doesn't make things worse, then yeah.
Thalos, the flesh crafter. He is the chief bioengineer. He's responsible for all the worms that were beneath the city. And he is responsible for creating amalgamations and flesh golems and nasty constructs like that. You would have captured him. The House of Flowers were able to catch him.
Is he like a weird psycho freak that's like, ah ha ha, I have to do this to living people, wah ha ha ha, or is he just like, okay?
I have an image of him, but it is not safe for work. It is a disgusting image.
Okay. And so, yeah, it would have to be a judgment of Rose based on how much she thinks she can control this guy and keep him from harming people. Because I mean, it sounds like his
You're going to
talents
kill
could be
him.
really okay. Then that's yeah. So, I mean, because it sounds like his talents could be really useful. Like
No.
it's like that. I don't know if you've seen that panel from a comic book where I forget which Spider-Man villain he's arguing with. He's like, Doctor, whatever. With this technology, you could cure cancer, and he's like, I don't want to cure cancer. I want to turn people into dinosaurs.
Right.
So yeah.
The lizard, right.
Yeah, was it the lizard?
Yes.
It was like a pteranodon or something, but yeah. So yeah, if he's too far gone, if he's just like
And
crazy
he's too
nut
slow,
job,
he can't run away. If you ever had the old G.I. Joes, he's the guy who unscrews them and reassembles them with different parts.
That was me.
Yep.
So yeah, Rose would make the gesture of letting him go, and then quietly take him out back and
Okay.
old yeller him.
Zoltan the Desecrator is dead. You guys killed him during the assault. You guys did that. Alara, the once wife of Ricard von Karth.
I mean, I imagine she doesn't want to stick around, and I imagine she wants to stick around with Ricard. So Rose will leave her be as long as she's not doing anything crazy.
Yep, she doesn't want to help you or harm you. She just wants to prove herself to Ricard, so just gonna let her be. Awesome.
Ricard, tell her to work for me. Tell her to work for me for 1,000 years, and maybe you'll think about it.
Yeah, she's probably going to be working for Ricard's mother.
It was a joke.
All right, Markov
so
the Blood Reaver. He was on the south side of the Citadel. You guys did not engage him.
That's the guy we threw off the wall.
You're right. He did get thrown off the wall. He's fine. He is a gladiator. He's willing to work for you as an enforcer.
Yeah. So, and he's just a guy who likes fighting.
Right.
I'm guessing.
He was a slave
there.
then. According to this, he was a slave forced to fight in the gladiatorial arenas of Bourbon. He proved himself to Don Ricardo, and he was freed and told to train the troops.
And sweet. Does he have any particular abolitionist feelings?
Nope.
Okay,
He's financially motivated.
Okay. Well, that I can work with that, and he sounds competent, so he's on board.
Yep. Maris the Poison Dagger. She is an assassin. She was going to be captured, and she took a poison pill and died.
All right.
Baron Korthos Dreadbane escaped completely. You guys know of him. He was a nobleman in Bourbon's old aristocracy, but he was turned into a vampire by Don Ricardo during a ritual because Don Ricardo was experimenting on him. And he was part of the noble district. He's the one who held parties and diplomacy. So he has escaped. He is off in the wind.
Can't do anything about that. Okay. What about Saphira's family?
Saphira's family died when the tower collapsed because they were on the 4th floor.
Yeah. Fuck.
You can fix that. You have the resources.
If you could find any body parts, because the ooze consumed them. So
yeah, Saphira's gonna get mad about that.
No, she's not. I will tell you right now, no, she's not. Do you know why?
Why?
Because Saphira is currently without a soul and stuck inside of a bag of holding thanks to a card from the Deck of Many Things.
This is true.
Well, I mean, Saphira did explicitly tell me not to kill them.
Well, you didn't kill them. They collateral damage.
You didn't kill them. Testu and Semi-Echo did.
It's,
Technically, gravity did.
Right.
I like that one a little better. Technically, gravity did.
Right.
okay, well, you got to break in, a few eggs to make an omelet. That's
Vardok the Ironbreaker, you guys killed him during the siege. Alicia Bloodthorn, you guys killed her. She was the one that you guys killed at the gate.
stab me in the back. Yeah.
Yep. Ragnar the Ravager got killed before the assault, so you guys replaced him. So I just need to make note that he's dead here. Because...
Jesus. All these fucking lieutenants. Jesus.
Oh, dude, yeah. Nixus the Defiler, you guys killed him. He was the guy with the crows and stuff that you guys jumped down on. So he's dead and in hell. He'll be reborn eventually.
Yeah, the demons.
Yeah. Vorik the Bone Crusher, he has escaped. He's a massive half ogre. He's off in the wind, likely going back to Corlin.
Sounds like a Corlin problem.
Yep. Morgana the Gravekeeper, she is captured. You guys can talk to her. She is willing to work with you. She is tasked with tending the dead in a small forgotten village, and then she got curious about death and necromancy, and she was keeping the farms of undead tended for Don Ricardo.
That is, and I just want to. She's not like, Mahaha, I gotta kill people to add them to my undead army, or
Nope,
she
just fed them, took care of them, made sure that they didn't go wandering off.
Like an after-school special. Like she was
Yeah,
curious about necromancy.
Yeah, she's just a little necroman curious. Okay, that's fine.
All right.
Yeah, she seems. I'll recruit. I mean, undead labor force is actually going to be really useful. So, yeah, she's
Understood.
on board.
I heard that.
Mhm.
Awesome. All right, that's everybody.
Okay.
I'm never coming back to the Bourbon again after this. I got Amber's like talking about.
We're just establishing lore for the future campaigns. That's all.
And I'm establishing that Amber's and be like, oh hey look, it's a bunch of undead. Yeah, I don't want to be here. I'm out.
I mean, once the city's fixed, it's
You
going
did
to be
forget
fine.
someone, though. The Flesh Colossus.
Oh, the giant iron golem. I mean, that's
giant-
another problem.
The construct,
No,
yes.
The thing that
It's-
I teleported out of the portable hole.
Oh, yes.
He's being eaten by
Oh,
sharks.
that thing got eaten by sharks.
Yeah.
You teleported it into the bay and the sharks ate it.
Yep. That guy. Oh yeah. Well, like, and dead. Perfect for killing a bunch of crazy sharks. Making the bay, actually able to be fished in and clean and stuff like that. So, anyways, yeah, that's what Rose is gonna be spending all night doing because
There's one more person, I think. Ricard's gonna find Rose as alone as he can, and gonna say, "So listen, this isn't easy for me, but Alara was here in Bourbon doing who knows what, and we just overthrew Bourbon, and it's under your rule now, so I feel like she's subject to whatever laws you're putting in place here. What do you want to do with her?"
well, actually, I was curious just to hear your opinion.
Yeah, we mentioned Alara. I think you were getting a drink at the time.
Sorry.
Oh, good.
Yeah, well, Rose was dealing with all the really crazy people. I suppose Alara is crazy, but in a less like Hannibal Lecter way, and in a more like Yonder era way, I guess.
We don't even
Yeah.
know what she did here.
I think it was just mostly helping Cervantes. I mean, you could ask her; she'll probably tell you. We have her tied up with the rest of the lieutenants. If you want to talk to her.
Yeah, you don't have to really tie her up. She's not going to struggle.
Yeah, she's tied up.
She's going to be tied up? Okay.
It's just to maintain appearances for now. But yeah, Rose goes to the room where all the lieutenants were. I'm guessing Alara's still there.
Yeah, they would need to be separated. You wouldn't keep them all in the same room.
I mean, it's just one sphere of annihilation solves all their problems. But
I don't have another one of those yet.
yeah, that's too bad.
I don't have a place to carry it around with me. You know what I mean? Like that's my problem there. You gotta have like we teleport around. You can't do that.
So you go to talk to Alara. Ricard, do you come with?
Ricard's there.
Okay.
So, well, like outside the door to the cell that's holding her, and just to be sure she can't hear, Rose will cast silence in between themselves and her. She'll
He's
just
like
look
the
at
get smart cone of silence.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and she'll just look at Ricard and just say, I mean, she seems to be stable. Mostly, congratulations on your nuptials, by the way. I couldn't, congratulate you at the time. I was dealing with a giant god ooze, but you could do worse. She's cute.
She forced me to.
Yeah, I suppose that kind of does invalidate it in most legal systems.
I'm not there to comment.
Yeah, it doesn't feel right.
That's fair. Do you want me to divorce you two?
Yes, I gave her back the ring. I don't know what else is needed.
It depends on the culture and the customs. I suppose you're both from Karth. What were the marriage customs in Karth at the time?
Ricard says something about the marriage customs in Karth at the time. I don't know what they were.
Make something up. Go for it. Let's establish some lore.
I have no idea.
Okay.
Shotguns.
No shotguns, no.
Well,
However,
I know in Cortland was I mean, Karth's a little different, but a lot of parts of Cortland it was like about strength and stuff
Right.
like that too.
in Karth, it would have been more of a ceremony and a bit of pomp and circumstance. Very highfalutin, but with big reception and party. The wedding isn't just usually isn't just the one ceremony, but rather a series of ceremonies involving shows of strength, shows of wealth, shows of power, etc.
Very cool.
Well, she's here and she seems to be stable, so I was not necessarily going to punish her for what she did during
What did she do?
That's a good question. I'm not sure. I'm assuming it was lichy things.
Those are usually pretty bad, right, Rose?
Eh,
I mean, in the stories that I've heard,
I'm sure the people she did them to thought they were bad, but I'm not too worried about the past. I'm more worried about the present and the future. She doesn't seem to be the kind to lash out or hurt other people. Especially now that you're around. She seems to listen to you. So I suppose the issue is, what do you want to do with her?
Bart is just thinking very hard. I don't know. Guess let her go.
Well, you do sound conflicted. If you want, I could levy a punishment on her.
I don't know what she did. I don't know if it's worth punishing. I don't know if she's worth letting go. I really don't know, to be honest.
Well, you know what? We can ask her. But yeah, so Rose will dismiss the silence and open the door.
Okay. She looks up at you. So, am I going to die?
That's yet to be determined. Luckily
Ricard
for
is just
you,
having difficulty, like, even maintaining eye contact with her.
She looks at you. There's a glimmer of hope in her eyes. After all, you wouldn't
Luckily
be
for-
here if you were going to kill her.
Yeah.
Would you?
Would he? Would he? Luckily for you, I happen to be extremely good friends with your semi-kinda husband.
My ex. He asked for an annulment.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. However, he does want to know what kind of things you were up to while you were working for Cervantes.
She looks a little embarrassed and then straightens up. Well, I was the priestess of Oasis. I was in charge of leading people in self-mutilation. I led the Church of Long Suffering and Pain. I was a high priest, and, well, I did my best to ensure that people understood that life is pain and that we must all endure. It kept the populace calm through indoctrination.
So close, yet so far. She turns to Ricard.
Ricard's got like a furrowed brow and just like a concerned look on his face and looks over at Rose. If you want to punish her, you can. I think I think we're done, Alara.
He begins to tear up. Forever?
Definitely for now. You're not the same person that I knew, and I'm not the same person that you knew. So we're gonna go our separate ways.
She looks at you, and the fact that you've just broken her heart. She looks at Sweet August Rose. She stands carefully and walks right up to you, Sweet August Rose. If I cannot have hope, then just end it.
Oh, did you hear what I heard? It sounded like he said explicitly for now. That didn't mean forever.
Roll a persuasion check, because Ricard just ended the one hope she had at the moment.
At the moment.
Yeah, let's see. 27. She nods.
Well, yeah, Rose is
So
just
you're
gonna
saying there's a chance.
So you're saying there's a chance. Rose nods and just looks over at Ricard. I've been adventuring with him for a few months now, and he's a good person. And I think
know.
if you reflect and perhaps try to atone, maybe he might reconsider how he feels about you. Nothing is infinite. Even Cervantes' sin was finite.
She nods.
Nothing there.
Good.
Yeah, and she's just gonna say, and nothing lasts forever, and that includes bad things like hatred or disgust. If you work hard and work on yourself, there might be a chance, and I can offer you that opportunity if you're willing to work for it.
I will accept your offer. In the
Might need to
hope
change-
that eventually I might convince the man I love to look at me again.
Oh my god, I just. Sorry, I just.
Ricard is looking down at the floor and he just turns and walks up the stairs.
I know,
Bye.
man. You just put me in a tough spot.
Man, I bet that was awkward for him. Rose says to Laura.
I
Poor
hope
guy.
that he can get over it. I did what I did because I had to. I chose the best of the gods that I could without causing my own death. Oasis believes that suffering is a thing that we must endure. We are always suffering, and Oasis would endure all the suffering for everyone if given the opportunity. I subjected myself to suffering in order to ensure others didn't have to.
There is some truth to that. That existence is to exist is to suffer. I think we can have a long and fruitful conversation about the nature of suffering,
Perhaps.
but not right now. There's work to do, and I would greatly appreciate your help in maintaining the stability of the city.
I will do what I can. I do not wish for the other worshippers to fall into despair, and I would not see them tortured unnecessarily.
Well, if they're clerics who wish to alleviate suffering, there's a lot of suffering they can alleviate right now. So if Rose just steps aside and gestures at the open door.
She's going to nod at you, straighten her back a little, and head out the door.
Good. That worked out. And where's Malachi?
You don't know. He disappeared
not
from
have-
within the fortress.
That little bastard. Well, she'll go up and go talk to the others once they wake up.
And for
I'm
the
assuming
record,
they're.
he didn't leave. He disappeared.
He could have at least waited like a couple hours.
No, chosen of the six gods, he got sent somewhere else.
He's not even an elf.
What do you think? High clerics get vacations?
He's not a high cleric. He's a chosen. He's a warlock.
No, he didn't make a pact. He just got picked.
But Rose just sighs because she was really hoping she could get him to like send out the call to the various clerics of those six gods to start like coming here because I could sure use.
You're gonna have to send off those messages yourself.
I don't know. Well, I guess I could hire some bards or something to start spreading the message.
Imagine having to send off quest givers.
Look, I need their help now.
Well,
But
the greatest duty of a hero is to inspire the next generation of heroes. 'Cause
Exactly
it doesn't
right.
matter how many world-ending threats you take out if there aren't people to step into your place once you shuffle off this mortal coil.
yeah, maybe you will. But
You kidding? Rose is setting up my next 10 adventure hubs.
yeah, Rose is gonna be around for a while. I mean, assuming someone doesn't like smash her head in with a rock or stick her with a sharp piece of metal, she's gonna be around. But she is gonna go back to the others once because I'm assuming it's been 8 hours. They've probably gotten their
Sure.
long rest at this point,
Sure. Go ahead and hit the long rest button, everybody else.
except for me because I'm a little busy bee.
Yep.
Bee's knees, busy bee. As, at the exact moment 8 hours passes, Rose will start knocking on Echo's door. Echo, wake up!
Yeah,
I need a
I
favor.
think he's been awake. I think he's been awake for a little while.
I need a favor. I know you don't
thought
like
we were-
wasting these, but
Yeah.
I there's a lot of work for me to do. One might say I need to be in 2 places at once, and I can't sit down and make another clone. I can't take the time to sit down and make another clone. Could you make another simulacrum of me for today, until I can get my own back up and running?
I thought we were attacking Baggerdan today.
Not today? Are you
Is
nuts?
that not? Why not?
Because I need to get the city to back standing on its own feet. It's going to take at least a couple days.
A couple of days. Okay.
Yeah, bad things happen when you create a giant power vacuum and then just kind of fuck off.
Yeah. I expect it's going to take a couple of months. I would imagine.
Well, yeah,
Or a
it's
year.
gonna take
or
years.
maybe multiple years.
It's going to take years, but I can do enough in several days to make sure things don't instantly collapse as soon as I leave. And
Yeah.
the first guy who could swing a sword well just starts, getting in charge once I'm gone.
I get that. So we're going to attack Baggerdan tomorrow.
In the next few days, I mean, I imagine we're going to have to do a little bit of, reconnaissance, casing, trying to find a weakness,
Okay.
maybe coming up with a plan, but also I'm going to need to borrow the eye. Not borrow it. I need to use it.
Okay. So Echo will use. Yeah, I think Echo's. I can't do that. Yeah, he can. Yeah, Echo's going to use cartomancy. It's gonna take him a few minutes, and he's prepare simulacrum for Rose.
Thank you.
Okay.
And you'll see him kind of shuffling through his deck of cards. They're not like playing cards. They're more like collector cards, like Magic the Gathering or something. But they're all dragons. They're all collector edition dragons, different named dragons. It's a top elite set. He pulls out
I love that.
a purple dragon and imbues it with simulacrum, and then. Yeah, I think he kind of deals you out a deck of cards, and then you pick the card, and he casts simulacrum on you.
Okay.
Hello, beautiful. Rose will.
The dragon is
you put-
animated on the card. Because you think Echo didn't get
Yeah.
the, lenticular
Holo-
animated cards?
Yeah, the holographic one.
Yeah.
Where it
Cool.
moves. Yeah,
Yeah,
nice.
the magical holograph.
Yeah.
Hey, the Amarazi is a signed first edition.
Signed first edition.
Oh,
Mhm.
nice.
The question is,
That's
did he
just
get it
90s.
graded?
Yeah, you need to
Those
put it in
holographic
like a little,
90s.
Yeah,
little piece of plastic, hold on to it.
yeah. I need plastic protectors for my cards.
Mm-hmm.
But
And
Rose,
then and then he'll make sure you've got access to the Eye of Kydron.
yeah, she'll. Well, I mean, I know it's in his pack, so she'll just rummage through his things again, and pick up the orb. Well, I guess at first I got to do the wisdom save.
Yep.
Ignore the blessing because I'm not blessed right now.
All right. You're good.
Yeah, I got a 22. She will just say, the container that is holding the vase that is holding the soul of Valentina de la Rosa.
All right. Cool. So your vision shifts and you see the inside of a dark space.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Is it in another container?
You are inside of a wooden closet and you can see the black urn with the red line around it.
It's not the same closet as before, right?
It is.
What? So it's the same closet as the first time she scried it,
It is? Yes.
but
Dun, dun,
last
dun.
last night it was in like a bag with a bunch of like adventuring
Correct.
gear, and then this morning it's in the closet again.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now she's confused. 'Cause she was under the impression this closet was in the castle that they just destroyed.
With your intuition of the fact that there are no closets left in the castle, that intuition would be wrong.
But Testu, did his divinations lie? Okay, she's genuinely confused. She'll wait 10 minutes to see if anyone opens the door. And if that
No one
doesn't
will
happen,
open the door, however, you will hear some humming. A woman is humming outside the door. She's got
Can I
a very
recognize-
good tune. She's very good at singing, and I cannot replicate the song. Don't ask me to.
That's fair. Would it be a song Rose has heard before?
Yeah, it's just essentially a lullaby.
Would it be a voice that Rose can recognize?
I don't think Rose has ever interacted with this person.
Okay. All right, yeah, but she'll wait as long as she can to see if she can get any more information to glean out of it. And
Let's see.
once that
It
ends,
lasts for 10 minutes, so the humming would have gone on, would have heard a knife on a plate as food is being cut.
and it's a feminine voice.
Feminine voice, yes.
Okay. Kitchen in a feminine voice.
I didn't say kitchen. I said
Well-
food being cut.
Food being cut.
Yes.
A closet. And there's nothing else in this closet other than the vase.
If you looked around in the closet, there is a small onyx stand that looks like a claw. Something should be held in that, and it is on a shelf below the urn. However, whatever should be held in that is empty and missing at the moment. Let's see, what else would be in here? There would be 4 black candles on the floor, but they are not lit, and they are brand new. They are laying on their sides. The top of the closet would have...
Are they normal? Are they normal candles or candles of the earth?
They are neither. You can roll an Arcana check.
Aha. Watch this. Oh, hey, not bad.
The 17, these are ritual candles of some kind. With the 17, you do not know what ritual those are attached to.
They got like fancy gold and stuff on them.
Right. They're laced with a variety of trinkets and little bits and bobs inside the wax. Other than that, that's all that's in this closet.
She is, once the vision ends, she's going to, with a tiny bit of frustration, hand the orb back to Rex. Echo, I need to find a way of getting inside that closet.
A small space.
Is it big enough for a couple of people to fit in?
No.
No.
No. We're talking like 1.5 by 1.5 by 6 feet tall.
Well,
It's like
I
a coat
suppose
closet.
the important thing is that it's safe now.
Do you know it's in the city? Do you know is it in the city?
I have no idea. I thought it was. I thought it was in Don Ricardo's fortress. I had Testu ask that question with his divination spell, and apparently they lied to him. So
No, they didn't. Not at the time.
Eric, how big is the city? What are the dimensions of the city?
The
like
city
on the
is
east wall, the west wall?
Bourbon easily extends outwards 4 miles in all directions. There's a good 130,000 people in Bourbon.
Well, there's always the
it's-
locate object spell.
Yeah, but that's what I was looking at. The problem is you can't cover enough ground to find an object in a city that large. I mean,
Unless
you're only
you-
going to
you-
cover.
unless you can move very fast.
Or hear me out. You use a divination to ask what direction you should go if you're using the locate object spell.
Yep. You can do that.
Yep, you can do that. You could
Which-
probably move about 6,000 feet. You could probably cover 6,000 feet, maybe a little bit more, in 10 minutes.
So let's put it this way: it's not a significant resource, so may as well do it instead of talking about it.
Yep.
And you either get a ping or you don't.
Sure. So,
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Alright.
I suppose it is worth my time.
Let's go that route.
cool. So, divination.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
So, Rose, can you describe the object that we're seeking?
It's a black and red vase that contains the soul of Valentina de la Rosa.
Okay, Testimony will say, in our search centering on the castle, from what direction should we... Nope, I give that up. What direction go for find base, please?
Okay.
Yes, brain no worky.
Based off of that, far south.
Our south.
What did this for? Did he have
So in that case,
anything?
may as well want to start from the gate and head north. And then if that doesn't work, go to the gate and head south.
I think it was saying that
Far south.
From here, head south.
far south.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, and by far, we don't know how far, so using a direction that's a good... Assuming that it's moved much further than beyond this immediate region, that seems
Can
to
you-
be a good search radius.
Can you cast that divination spell one more time?
I tend to get a wee bit inconsistent results if you chain cast it. The gods don't like you being behind the screen that much.
Can you ask if it's in the city?
Okay, I think that's probably more of a commune spell then. That I can do immediately.
Okay.
Okay, and that gives me 3 yes/no questions.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm gonna give me a moment. Continue your discussions. I'll write these down.
Sure. I specifically asked for RP.
Banter among yourselves.
Banter among
I'm
yourselves.
Aimer's not here, so
Aimer's not here. What is Aimer doing at the moment? Or sorry,
he's drinking.
who is Aimer doing at the moment?
He went to sleep. He was pretty tired after, spending hours upon hours going on Cecilia.
Okay.
It's pretty tiring both mentally and emotionally having to be with Cecilia that much,
Yep.
So he got his trance and he's sitting somewhere quiet and just drinking, basically.
Okay.
A
Awesome.
bottle of brandy. He's kind of having a mental health moment,
While you're sitting here, a blue Oni will walk over to you and notice you drinking. Thirsty? She is about 7.5 feet tall, buff, and has a winning smile.
Well, Aimer was going to be like, no, and then he looks up at her and goes, well, a little bit.
She's going to hand you a gourd.
What's in this?
She smiles. The best sake in Reston. She's going to keep walking.
Huh. I haven't had sake in some time. Oh well. Aimer finishes off his glass of brandy
Okay.
and fills it with sake
Yep.
and keeps drinking.
It's delicious and strong. Please roll your
I'll go with
Constitution
one.
saving throw, sir.
Oh god, it's bad. I didn't roll that bad.
With a 16, sir, someone will find you unconscious in the street.
That's street. I like that.
So what do you think Testadinidae's favorite alcohol is?
I don't know what.
Well, obviously, moonshine.
Moonshine. Yes, good job.
Ah,
All right, so we return to you, sir. What are we communing?
okay. Okay, the first question. Is the vase containing the soul of the Della Rosa within the boundaries of Bourbon?
No.
Is the vase containing the soul of Della Rosa warded against detection?
No.
Okay. Is the vase containing the soul of Della Rosa in danger?
No.
Okay, Testadinidae will relay this to Rose, saying that it has, well, it looks like it has gone far to the south outside the boundaries of Bourbon, but it is not otherwise particularly warded, nor, you can put your mind at ease, is it in danger.
Well, I could tell that just by looking at it. Can you open the map, Eric?
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. We can absolutely go looking at the map. There we go. We will zoom out a bit.
Open the
here.
map, Testu.
Open the map, Mr. Cartographer, who's in disguise as a cartographer.
There's Mizrim, Karth, I guess Slashmaw are to the south. Yeah, all right. I mean, that's a problem for another day. She was hoping she could, deal with it now, but she can't afford to take time to go look for her dead sister. So Rose just thanks Testu for the help, and she will actually go back to work with her clone because there's still a lot of stuff she has to do.
Okay.
Yeah, like I don't know how long it takes Bernstein to get here. I mean, he's usually pretty good at just popping up whenever you need him.
He's Bernstein. He's been out dealing with various legal issues in the area because people are making all sorts of filing claims in order to worry about insurance and liabilities and everything. So he's going around being an insurance adjuster and legal counsel for people. He's not necessarily going to court, but he's definitely doing contracts and all of the forms that people would need to fill out.
Well, yeah, she'll be talking with him about basically claiming both her ancestral lands and the stuff that belonged to Cervantes.
He's
By right
going
of
to
conquest.
smile at you. Of course. You don't expect any dispute about this, considering you said that Leandro has departed, and we would call that abandonment of property. And Don Ricardo is dead, and this was formerly heirloom property. So unless there's a dispute, we can simply claim squatters' rights. But if you want officially more documentation as far as that goes, for a small fee, I can provide you with the forms necessary. Pre-filled out, of course.
Yeah, Rose just thinks about it, and she just says, well, as long as it's something that people will believe, that's what matters.
He smiles. I guarantee it.
Yeah, she'll just ask him for the documents.
All right, he's going to charge you 5 gold pieces for the documents, as he will forge a deed for the Cervantes Citadel in Bourbon.
And everything else.
And everything else in the area, yep.
I mean, I'm willing to pay 5 gold per thing he makes, because
Yeah. So you're going to get the Citadel at the moment for yourself.
Yes, I just want to throw out a bit of advice to all the people who may be watching. If there's people you don't want to, short pay, it's your attorney.
Absolutely.
Don't do it.
Nope. Don't short pay your attorney. Make sure they're very happy.
So, and I'm saying that for no particular reason.
Because I have a couple contract attorneys in other games. Just saying, guys, treat your attorneys well.
But yeah, you know what? Oh, actually, I forgot. I spent all my gold. 5 gold. That's 50 silver, right?
Yes.
I will pay him 200 silver.
Okay.
Uh,
He accepts the bonus payment and will provide you an embossed copy and triplicate.
and she'll will tell him to because I mean it's a lot more complicated than that. But she'll let him do his lawyer things.
Yes.
She'll also let him know about how law enforcement may be a bit scattershot in the meantime.
He shrugs.
Be
That doesn't
careful.
matter to me.
Yeah, I understand. Just something to be aware of.
He
And
smiles
okay, that should,
broadly. You realize that Ace Bernstein, Arcane Attorney at Law, is not necessarily 100% on the up and up.
yeah, no, it's
He's the lawyer to the people who need them.
what do you don't need a criminal attorney, you need a criminal attorney. Yeah.
Right. I'm
Uh,
not going to go there.
Jim Rowley's the criminal attorney.
Yeah, I'm good. Mm-hmm.
okay, so that's done. Sorry, I'm just going over my checklist.
And for
Oh.
the record, anyone who takes offense to Ace Bernstein, Arcane Attorney at Law, this was not my character. This was provided to me.
I mean, it's a hard job being like the only attorney in all of Toivoa.
He's
other
not
than
the only one.
Gimaroli.
There's a couple others.
There's Gimaroli, yeah, and
There's several
You
other
know-
player characters that have played attorneys.
Here's the thing: this is something that came in Breaking Bad. I gotta say it here. When you're in trouble, you need a criminal attorney,
yeah.
not an attorney, a criminal attorney.
Yep.
Well, yeah. So next up, she's going to be checking on the boats in the harbor. How much of Cervantes' fleet is still intact?
There would have been one ship that the House of Flowers was able to collect before the rest were taken. People have commandeered most of the boats.
Fuck. Okay.
But you have a very powerful, fast warship that will do things that need to be done.
Yeah. I mean, the city just went from having the most powerful navy outside of the protectorate to not. That's okay.
The Navy has
Alright.
spread out, and you now have a ton of privateers with very powerful ships out on the open seas.
Fuck. Okay.
That's the one aspect that, in all of the preparations that we had over the past 2.5, 3 years, did not get taken care of.
Okay. I might be making a mistake here. Rose will see. Are the McCain brothers still in town?
No, they're not.
Okay, they left. Okay. Shit. All right. Well,
You
I'm
could
probably
send a
gonna have
message to them.
Yeah, they're the best bounty hunters in Toivoa, basically, right?
That's what they like to claim.
That's what I mean, and I know they're good. I've fought them. She will send out a message that she will be giving a reward for every Cervantes boat that's returned to Brabant.
Awesome. Cool. I love that. Yay. Future quest
yeah.
chain, guys.
Yes, because wait, so she will, the one that's still around, she'll inspect it.
Sure.
Because I know the train wreck had there's like crystals, soul crystals, or some weird shit in these.
Yes. In the bottom of it, there is a Baylor crystal inside of a vault.
Is the captain of this ship still alive?
No. Well,
Shit.
the new captain is.
Does the new captain know how this thing works?
Yes, she does.
Okay.
He is a
I
member
will-
of the House of Flowers.
Okay. I will tell her to start. How many boats were destroyed in the harbor? Is the harbor clear?
The harbor is not clear. 18 boats were destroyed of various sizes, but you are missing 27 ships.
Fucking A. Okay. That's terrible. Okay. Well, well, in the meantime, I'll talk to the captain and tell her to one focus on.
Nightshade, the Shadow Mage, is the person who's currently in charge.
Oh, it's Nightshade. Hey, I will tell Nightshade. She knows how to sail.
No, but she knows how to take control of a situation and handle things when the boat's parked.
Okay. Well, if she's going to be the captain of the boat, she's going to need to know how to sail.
Right. She can requisition an actual captain from the House of Flowers, so you guys can set that up.
But she knows how the weird death soul crystal thing works. Okay.
Yep.
In the meantime, I will tell her to start taking charge of clearing the harbor, because we're going to need that open if we're going to not all starve to death. So
she smiles and will rise into the air, and shadows will wrap around her. And she says, "Are you sure?"
What, clearing the harbor?
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
We're going to clear the harbor. We're going to make sure that the harbor is navigable.
Look, I just need the wreckages to be removed, and if you're going to do some weird Fey thing or some weird
no
Faustian
stuff, no,
or Faustian bargain or some sort of nonsense, I really
Nothing
don't
like
need that right now.
Just shadow magic.
Is there a downside to this shadow magic?
Not that I know of.
Yes, just don't hurt anybody, don't cause any more damage than you're fixing.
Okay. She will smile, and as she floats off into the harbor, she has fly currently, she will trail a cloud of fog that will consume the wreckages, either sinking them or destroying them, disintegrating them, as she will consume the remaining floating hulks and burnt out hulls of the ships.
Probably would have been better if we just salvaged that, but whatever. At least the harbor is clear.
It'll be clear in 24 hours. It takes a lot.
Yeah. Oh, and I'll yell it at her. If there's anything salvageable, make sure to salvage it before you get rid of it. And then
she waves.
I'll go back to the others. It's really, so Rose is gonna be doing shit like this for a couple days. So if you guys want to go to Nausea or shop or sell the loot, go ahead, because this is the kind of boring administrative stuff Rose is gonna be doing for a little bit.
All right, so we will check in. Give me a list of what else you want to do, Sweet August Rose. I'm gonna check in with Brennan.
Yeah, it's all there. Well, I'll send it to you.
Okay. Yeah, I've got the thing from earlier today, if that's what we're talking about.
That's basically what she's doing.
Okay.
Those are the main things she needs to do.
Cool.
Get control of the accounts, do an accounting. Any troops, make sure they're working for her. Yeah, that's basically it.
There's going to be some skirmishes and guerrilla warfare for a while, but
she will punish those who do that.
As we discussed, this is going to take weeks, months, if not years, to get completely settled.
Yep.
All right, so let's go ahead and are you guys okay with us glossing over 2 days?
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Tamer's just kind of hanging out.
Okay.
Doing.
Testu is just waiting for Rose to say, "Oh, I guess I probably owe a shrine to Amarazi and Hanwha and Lorban now." You had 2 high clerics helping you.
Did you make any sort of deal for the cleric for the temple to Hanwha?
You look.
Are you sure you wanna be well?
No,
what's it with,
no,
what's
no,
it for
but
me to
I
your
can-
cleric?
Hey, Rose, I didn't make a deal with you about a deal for Amaraz. I can make a deal with the next ruler if you'd like.
Yeah. Yeah, we can always do that.
Temple isn't gonna hurt anything.
Echo isn't pushing. He's having fun. He's not really pushing it.
Eric's is just smiling, just saying, I love this so much.
Well, Testu, you know what? There is a matter. You know, you did indeed help me greatly during this, this whole debate. Or, you know, well, I guess it depends. Sometime during the day, she'll approach Testu, and she will. Hold on, let me actually Google something real fast. Google.com.
Curious what he's Googling.
Yeah, because just to put this out there, as a leader, you want people to want to help you without having to first get promised something in return.
Oh, well, you know, she is going to give you a daffodil. Well, you don't have ears, so she'll tuck it into your lapel. There you go.
Okay. And Tessie just reaches into his robes, pulls out a full sunflower, starts munching on it. Like, I guess I can have a little snack later after this.
Well, I don't recommend eating that. At least not for a while. Do you know what the daffodil means in the language of flowers?
Yeah, my kind don't really have the language of flowers. We have culinary expression of flowers.
It stands for forgiveness.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember when I told you about who I was?
Yep.
And do you remember what I made you promise?
Yep. And then I was in front of my god, so yeah, that came tumbling out.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, not just him. It was also somebody else. And do you remember what I said I would do if you broke that promise?
Doesn't really come to mind.
You don't remember?
A lot of stuff happened at the time.
I remember. I explicitly said I would kill you if you blabbed about my past. But you've done excellent work. I cannot deny it. You've helped raise Amarazi. You've helped get rid of so many demons. It's almost uncountable. You've healed the people of Bourbon. You've kept us alive during the siege of the assault. You've done amazing work, Testu. And because of that, I am not going to kill you.
Oh, how kind of your eminence. You're not going to kill me. Uh-huh.
I keep my promises.
Well, you could try.
That's what you said last time. That's actually literally exactly what you said last time.
I'm a turtle. We'll slow the change.
But she pats him on the she pats the flower on the lapel, and she just says, "We'll make a shrine somewhere in the district. We're already planning out." She points to a area that's high on the hill where I'm guessing there's already work started where people are starting to clear ground for 6 temples. We'll make room for a shrine somewhere.
Sounds like a plan.
Good.
He is just very nonplussed by, Rose like, oh yeah, I was gonna kill you. Yeah. He faces Anwa on a regular basis.
Oh, it's not a thing of intimidation. It's just she was just stating what she was gonna do.
Cool.
But yeah, she forgives him, so it's fine now.
Yeah, of course it is. Awesome.
Now, here's the thing you want to consider with Zoran Keltris' involvement. Why do you think Zoran Keltris got involved to help you when he didn't have to? All he had to do was stay out of it.
Aimer, it could have been Anwa talking to or his influence from Anwa or Aimer.
I'd like to propose something else as someone who's had to deal with the Fae. Let me put it this way. I'm glad I'm a turtle, because if I wasn't, I'd have pulled my hair out dealing with them. Do you know what the Fae hate more than evil? more than good, they hate boredom. And let's face it, Bourbon was getting boring. So if you want to keep Zora and Kelterson on your side, you're going to have to find ways to keep Bourbon interesting.
Bourbon becomes Portland.
Becomes Austin. Keep Austin
That's
weird,
even
man.
worse. Wait, Bourbon's already Austin. Damn.
I will. Yeah, Rose nods and just says, "I'll consider it." Though, I suppose what different people find interesting is varies from being to being.
You're probably going to have to get used to royal drama.
Hmm.
What do you think royal courts all over the place have all this drama flittering around because they can't stop it? No, it's a defense mechanism.
I'm not royalty. That'd be the king.
And who is the king right now?
Shit. What was his name?
Veer Sadiq.
I wrote. Yeah. Veer Sadiq.
Yeah, you could say I'm not the king, but that will just come off as, no, assassins, please go after that guy, not me.
No, I welcome any assassins that try to kill me. They'll keep me sharp.
Just take the ring off before you do that.
Oh, do you want this back? By the way, she'll take off the ring.
We might need it. I don't want to lose you to the first chomp of Agardan.
Well, you do know I can get resistance on my own, right?
Usually.
Yeah.
Well, fine. He'll take the ring back and say, well, so see where I can put this.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. It was extremely useful. Extremely. But Ricard might be able to make better use of it, or Aimer.
We'll see what resources we have available.
All right. And Rose will get back to yelling at the foreman. Well, not yelling. She's not going to yell at them. At directing the foreman who are clearing the 6 temples. She'll just tell one, like, she'll point at like a corner, and just tell them to like step that corner aside.
Yeah,
It's probably going to be on the opposite.
days to disassemble a building.
Yeah. Yeah, and Tessida, as Rose walks away, goes from picking seeds out of the sunflower to eat to just stress eating giant chomps out of it again.
Oh, you can eat some. The giant redwood-sized tree in the market has these weird flowers. You can try eating one of those.
Tessida just looks up for one of those chomps and says, "This is like tobacco for me."
Cool.
I just love that image. Sunflowers or tobacco for totals.
We're gonna make that lore.
Catnip. It's like catnip, yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and check in. Brennan, what have you been doing for a couple days? Anything special, or just kind of hanging out?
Yeah, Brendan will have some stuff going on. So Brennan's going to be isolating a little bit in his room. So he's not going to see too many people. He might come down and get food and say hello and go back up. But the whole time, what he's doing is he has no stake in what Sweagus Rose is doing or what's going to happen to the city. And what he's thinking about is what comes next, right? So this whole time, it's almost going to be like he's preparing himself for that.
Sure.
So he's going to be praying to Amir Rosie. He's going to be using that leather pendant that he created to do that.
Yes, sir.
He's going to, in that prayer, be asking for guidance, specifically against Vagardam, because that's what's coming next, and that's what he's focused on, as opposed to the administrative stuff.
Right.
He's going to be making up, because he doesn't know, his own rituals about that, asking again for guidance or showing the right path.
Okay.
Along with that, he's going to also be thinking about what comes after that. And this is probably going to be new for Brennan, because I don't think he ever really thought about what was coming up next, really.
Right.
So he's going to be thinking about his mother.
Uh-huh.
The last time that he saw her. And he's going to be thinking about how he's changed throughout this whole journey with the Fellowship, from when he first met them to when he last saw his mother to now. So in these prayers that he's doing, he'll do a kind of loving kindness type of prayer for her, asking that she remains safe.
Okay.
And he's going to start thinking and planning a little bit about his village and what's going to take to restore that, because ultimately that's where he's going to end up when all
Sure.
this is over, if he's still alive.
Over in Sinluma, right?
Yep. Yeah. So, yeah, he's going to be thinking, planning, praying about all of this, thinking about when he put out all that damage on that big ooze. That was like a changing point, I think, for his character,
Okay.
because it showed the potential that he had.
Yes.
Juxtaposed to when he first met the group and kind of lying about being a demon slayer and basically being a drunk that, yeah, sometimes fulfilled, monster hunting things and sometimes didn't. So he's going to, over the days, be doing that. So there's going to be some character development with him, finding the potential and him needing to do that to accomplish what he's going to need to in the future.
Awesome. All right. So he gets all situated. Would he return to Sinluma after all this? We'll have to figure that out. I'm not going to get you to answer that yet. We got at least one more thing for that before we do that, and that's going to be if you guys go to Vagradan, and we're going to cover that.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. So, Tester Day, you've been hanging out with Sweet August Rose and getting the shrine and stress eating, and I know you're currently eating dinner. That's fine. Echo, what would you be doing for 2 days? Just hanging out?
Yeah, I think Echo he's planning for Vagradan too. I mean, that's
Okay.
the next thing to do.
Cool.
He'll probably hang out for a couple of days, but I think Rose is going to get caught up in, dealing with the city for quite a while.
Yeah, if you don't distract
So,
Sweet August Rose has enough stuff here that technically she could shift into NPC mode at any moment.
Yeah. I figured she's got a long road ahead of her to rebuild this city. So I don't know at what point she wants to tackle Vagradan.
At what point would
But Echo will stick
pressure
around for a
it?
couple of days, and eventually he's going to head to the Endless Pinnacle.
Okay.
Um,
Cool. So,
yeah, I think he'll stick around for a couple of days to see how things are going.
all right. So when you go and visit, Emery Rosie is not there. He's busy doing things, but you're able to get some nice peace and quiet while you're here. Cool.
Yeah, he's going to do a few things too. He's going to prepare some wards, Hallow spell.
Awesome.
He's gonna prepare. He doesn't think the Endless Pinnacle is really secure, so he's going to make preparations to secure the Endless Pinnacle.
Awesome.
Eventually, it won't be just another resting stop. It'll be somewhere you have to deliberately want to go and travel to.
I love this. This is awesome. I absolutely love this. This is setting up so much stuff for the future. It's great.
Well, Nahaliel's there, right?
Nahaliel's there, but he's not a ward against teleportation or anything like that. Echo Rex is going to set up the traps that is going to defend this damn place.
Yeah, I mean, Nahaliel's pretty scary.
He is. All right.
Yeah, there's things you can do. There's things you can do with wards. If somebody was to take an hostile action, it trips Darkstar, things like that. So,
banishment.
he's going to booby trap the hell out of it.
Awesome. I love it so much.
Exactly.
Cool. We're going to set up all sorts of traps and everything else at the Endless Pinnacle. Amazing. Then we're going to go ahead and pass the camera back towards Ricard. Ricard, a couple days. Alara is in town, but will not try to engage with you. She is going to be going around feeding the poor and tending to the infirm.
Well, to be fair, the last time someone engaged with Ricard, it lasted for a round, and then they were married.
Yeah, that's true. What would you
He's
do?
gonna be
Ricard?
he's gonna be spending the days just helping out however he can. So he might, pass by Alara here and there and share some awkward glances. But
She's going to actively try to ignore you.
yep, that's fair. And in the evenings he'll do some light brooding,
Awesome.
and he'll discuss with Monty like notes from the adventure so far, as Monty's keeping a journal of things, so we can make some kind of grand tale afterwards. And
Smoking cloves.
Monty will be disappointed that you're not going after Alara, just because he's a matchmaker and kind of that's his jam. He ships it. But he does participate in the journaling, etc.
yeah, and I'm sure that Ricard will be outwardly annoyed, but inwardly respect Monty's wisdom in the matter.
Yep.
Um, Ricard basically just finds himself like, he found the strength and somehow the wisdom to let go of what Malachi did,
Yep.
and to move on from Alara, and he just, not like consciously but just subconsciously, finds himself just like focusing on the way ahead. Just
Yep.
like Brennan was saying, what's next,
Yes.
and he's thinking about Vagradan, and he's almost like thinking about the tale that Monty's writing, all this kind of stuff, and what's ahead, and just thinking this could be the end, this could be a good ending, this could be a tragedy, that kind of thing.
Cool. All right. And Amer, you said you were rearranging the House of Flowers?
So one thing Amber did in his boredom, he started just rearranging things, taking them and putting them in other random places for fun.
Sure.
And then after he got bored of that, doing it for a few hours and probably rearranging a couple entire rooms.
You've messed
he
everything
went-
up to the point that no one will be able to find anything.
Exactly, yes. Once he's feel like he accomplished that, would probably take him a couple hours. He went out in the city to try to find a stonesmith or something similar.
All right. Now, are we talking construction grade, or are we talking jewel crafting? What are we looking at?
Looking at someone to make a statue.
A statue, a sculptor.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You can find someone who can do that. Roll investigation check. It's over a 20. You find them.
I can't roll. my minimum's 20.
I
can't
recognize that. I'm just...
roll. Rogues are so dumb. Rogues are so dumb. I'm sorry. They're just dumb. That's what my
Well,
playing
you
rogue,
do
yeah.
know that Testadinidae have stone shape.
Yeah, it's all I'm looking for, though. It's not the same.
All right.
It needs to have blood, sweat, and tears in it.
For Amer,
It's how you
like,
appreciate the art.
Hey,
I mean,
guys.
I figured if Amer was commissioning a sculpture, which is going to be a big upraised middle finger from a fist, I could do that with stone shape.
No, he doesn't hate Barbon that much. There's certain parts of it he doesn't like. Usually it had to do with the old rulers and stuff like that, because the Green Fang and the Red Talon they didn't exactly get along.
Right.
So he's gonna find them and be like, hey, I want to commission a statue
Yes, sir.
of me.
The stonesmith looks at you. On honor. Absolutely. Yes, yes. The jawline, the hair will be difficult, but of course we can do our best. With the feather in the hat, it'll be a masterpiece.
All right, what's the price?
10,000 gold.
All right, here's 1,000 gold down payment,
Okay.
and I'll be back with the rest.
Okay. And they will go and acquire the marble, and over the next 3 years, because it's going to take a while,
Yeah.
you are going to have a 25-foot tall statue of Amer Shestina established in Bourbon.
It'll just be a surprise to Rose one day in the future.
What
She'll just go on.
pose? What pose are we doing for Amer's statue?
Amer is going to have the smuggest grin on his face. His left hand on his hip, and his right hand is kind of touching the brim of his hat.
Oh, like a hat tip?
Kind of like that, yeah. But he's still standing there. But yeah, kind of like a hat tip.
Understood.
And
Cool.
he's gonna go like, don't tell the current administration. Let it be a surprise to them. It'll be fun this way.
How are they gonna hide a 20-foot tall statue?
I mean, they're gonna build it, and then it's just gonna be erected one day, and Rose is gonna walk into town and be like, "Where the fuck did that come from?"
I wonder where it came from.
They'll have to do it in segments in order to hide it, but they can absolutely do so.
Yeah. I'll give you a tip for it.
Okay.
Oh my god.
So that's what Amer has spent the last 2 days doing is mischief, and then
Look, Sweet August Rose, you have a patron of the arts in Bourbon.
yeah.
If he's supporting local businesses, that's fine. You know what? I'll
be
find
adding-
some place to put it.
Oh, they'll put it somewhere. Like I said, it's gonna be one of the Rose might move it, but she's gonna walk into the town one day and just see a giant statue of Amer staring at her.
For 10,000 gold, the guy can technically rent a warehouse near the docks and have this be the first thing that people see when they arrive in Bourbon.
That's awesome.
Like the Colossus.
Yeah,
Colossus
not
of Rhodes.
spanning
Yeah.
anything, but is standing there at the docks. Gonna be right
You know
next to a
what?
bar.
You know what? I can work with that. I'll get some people to enchant it later to defend the harbor. It'll be real cool. It's fine. It's fine. I like it.
Yeah.
I can roll with the punches.
So,
No,
Amer,
no.
on one side of this, there's going to be a bar. On the other side is going to be the whorehouse.
That's fine. Yeah, perfect. Those are Amer's two favorite places. So
Now, of course, I think this is just far too classy for Amer. I mean, if Amer was going to have a figure representing him, I think it would just be one of those wacky waving inflatable tube guys.
Mm-hmm.
but Amer has got a bit classier in his days. Like
In his old
Yeah.
age.
in his old age, his public persona is classier. I'll put it that way.
You have maxed out a class. You have not gotten classier.
Indeed.
I mean, max out of class.
Gosh.
All right.
One thing that Rose would be doing throughout she would be looking for these gloves that Cervantes allegedly had that let him steal souls.
Yeah.
If she can't find it, that's fine, but she'll be keeping an eye if they're around because those things cannot be loose.
You cannot find them, and I will
Yeah.
tell you why. You will
'Cause they're
find
OP?
rumors of them.
Okay.
No, you'll find rumors of them. Those were taken by Ario Cervantes when he left.
Ah, so he hadn't done the soul eating thing in a while.
Right.
That does make sense. Okay.
Ario did not want Don Ricardo or Leandro to have this, and so took them with him when he left and went to Shadow Shaddai.
Well. Oh well. Well, that's fine. I don't need them anyways.
Yep. Cool. All right, so you guys get things stabilized to a degree. Who are you leaving in charge, or are you going to continue doing this for the foreseeable future?
So Rose, so Rose is the simulacrum that Rex made for her is going to be doing this.
Okay.
I need to go to Nausha to talk to Olia Everdark?
Terrell Oleodark, right?
Olia Dark, sorry. I need to talk to her for more obsidian so I can make my own shadow clone so he can free up his simulacrum slot, basically. And also, I need to sell some stuff and
All
split the
So
gold with the party.
we'll speed that up. We'll go over to Nausha real quick. We will gloss over the arrival and talking to Shadrach.
I don't think anybody wants the plate of etherealness or the Spirit Walker breastplate.
Nope.
What was the Spirit Walker breastplate again?
Nope. Scroll up a little bit.
No, wait, that was the ethereal. This one. I was going to say something about dying and turning ethereal.
Zero pump. Oh yeah, that was kind of cool, but not to death. That Tate's dagger was really cool though.
Rose is actually going to keep that
Yeah.
because she lost her sword. So she was going to just.
Dagger.
She's gonna just be dual wielding these two daggers in the meantime. Doesn't take attunement though. I'm gonna have to give up a slot.
Do we have a lot of party loot we need to sell and divvy out?
I think the stuff Aimer pulled off that corpse.
Aimer has
And-
other armor and wings of flying.
Yeah, I mean, I need the money because running a city isn't cheap. It's all gonna go back into the city basically. But if this is basically stuff I want to, I need the money because I literally have zero money.
I'm pretty broke right now, too, to be fair.
Well, you could always tax the citizens, right?
That's complicated.
You have an endless you have an endless source of money. What are you talking about? Money machine.
She
You
read
know,
a
printing
she,
press,
she
you
read
put it
she read
in
an
the
economy
think
book,
about it.
and she's not going to do that at this moment.
Yeah, the
Um,
Warhammer
So let's start
approach to
cranking out
human
some of those gold
resources.
coins.
Tax
Yeah.
them.
When are we
If
going to
they
start cranking out our own gold coins?
under threat of if they don't pay the taxes, they go work with the undead in the fields. Your legion of undead workers.
Wow, that's not
Uh,
dark. Gets to be lunch break.
So-
The undead get hungry.
What are the wings of flying worth there?
Wings of Flying, I believe, are like 6,000 gold.
Is that retail or is that sell?
That's retail.
I don't think they're on the same magical item list.
No, they're not because they're broken items. But for 6,000 gold, you'll get 5 from Judith's.
Alright, and then the plus 2 leather armor is normally 16k.
By the way, I can go ahead and do this now, which is a lot of fun. I can actually show you Judith's intricacies and oddities.
hey, our favorite
Nice.
store. Oh, it's cute.
So
Thank
how
you.
much are we getting for the plus 2 leather armor is actually sorry, it's 24,000 for its armor.
Yep,
So what are we getting? That is that 75% or is that 50%?
75 from Judith because she likes
Okay,
you.
so 18k.
You guys have treated her right. She gets a ton of gold and items from you guys.
No, she gets a well. I guess on the resale, she gets a ton of gold. I mean, these are
She's
pricey things we sell
oh,
her.
absolutely. And when she sells them, she gets gold from the people she sells them to.
Yeah, but who's she? Oh, well, I guess other adventurers are buying.
Uh-huh.
Adventures, NPC.
That's in the
You don't
economic
understand.
book there.
I keep track. There's actually a spreadsheet of what's in Judith's shop.
I don't want to know. Because I think I made the joke that if Judith was hostile, she could intentionally crash the economy.
Oh yes,
Um,
absolutely.
Like, she could just ruin a nation if she wanted to, which is kind of scary.
Everyone gets 3,833 gold from the stuff Aimer sells.
Okay, and then what about the plate of etherealness and the Spirit Walker breastplate?
You're going to gain a grand total of 24,000 gold from the two of those.
Okay, Aimer, do math, because I can't.
It's 4,000 each.
So how much total do we get?
4,000 each.
4,000 each?
24,000 divided by 64. So,
What?
yes.
Wait, well, how much was the stuff from the stuff you sold?
Oh no, it's 38. So total, you get 78,000. Or sorry, 7,833.
Transpose to zero there. 7,800. I'll
That
just
sounded
do
good for a sec.
7,800. That's enough. It was 33. Okay. Okay. I'll remove those from the list. I mean, Rose isn't going to buy anything. She's going to be putting all that
Right.
money back into her bond. So, but yeah.
Cool.
Looking at my potion supply for this next fight.
Awesome. So you guys can depart there, go back into Nausha's proper. Anything else you want to do in Nausha?
Oh, I need to buy two pieces of. I need to spend 3,000 gold on obsidian. So
Okay.
I'll buy that while I'm there.
Cool. You can go ahead and we'll just gloss over the fact that you visited Terrell and got the obsidian.
Yep, and
she would
then
have that because you've visited her before, and she's got very nice gems.
yes,
And just for the grins, we will throw her on the screen for just a moment. There she goes.
Hottie Dark Elf.
Yep, haughty dark elf.
Fire.
There you guys go.
How
All right.
about
Trip and stab yourself.
I'm
Trip
gonna
and
grab
stab
another
yourself
push
is what you said.
I said I hope you die in a fire, and then I said I hope you trip and stab yourself.
Yep, she didn't like
I
you
said-
either.
I said that from a distance. Well, yeah,
Uh-huh.
we part of
She's
Amer's
not
lore.
a, she's not a real. Amer, she's not a real dark elf. If she was a real dark elf, she'd be in the Underdark. They don't come up here.
Well, she still stabbed me.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, no, I still hope her shop burns down. She dies in a fire, and then trips and stabs herself when she's dead.
Right.
How do you really feel?
I mean, would we need to go that far?
No.
Hold on, let me call Cecilia real quick. We'll make this fast.
When you are in Nausea, however, there's a thing that says here, the clouds, Sweet August Rose.
Oh, right.
Yeah, the
Now that
clouds
I'm
here.
here, I'll return the wand.
You return
back
the
to
wand?
Basil.
Awesome.
Yeah, back to Basil. Yeah.
He returns and immediately casts the next one on the list. And the next one on the list says, make sure you visit the meadery. Every 5 gets you a seat on Amer's lap.
Amer puts his hands on his hips and looks up at the sky. You see a small tear drip down his eye. He goes, "Life sure is beautiful."
Cool. Awesome. Anything else you guys want to do in Nausea today?
That's all, Rose. I don't need any potions.
Cool. This is day 3. We're speeding through these. We don't have to run through everything.
Just the insurance place has like vaults for spare items and
Yes.
stuff like that. Amer's gonna go and drop off a couple things.
Okay. Putting them in the vault
Oh,
so that
yeah.
when he reawakens, they're available to him.
Yeah, he's just gonna, in case he does die, you know what I mean? Like
A starter
you know,
kit.
he's obliterated. He needs a spare kit. So he's gonna put in his face layer rapier,
Okay.
some fine clothes,
Sure.
a handful of gold.
Okay.
Just enough so that, you know, if he does die, he can, you know,
How much is a handful?
just put 1,000 gold there.
Okay.
Just enough to get him back on his feet afterwards.
Yes, sir, Brennan.
Yeah, Brandon's gonna ask Amer about that. He might want an insurance himself.
Well, 25,000 gold, and they take part of you, your hair, finger, whatever, and they hold on to it. And if you die, magic goes off, and you come back to life here.
Hmm. Brennan might be interested in that. He has a lot of gold.
How much gold does Brennan have?
Brennan has 62,000 gold right now, basically.
Jesus fucking Christ!
What the hell?
He did his,
Because all he does is fire
62,000
arrows.
divided by 365. So Brendan has the equivalent of 169 years of income.
Yep. He has no idea what to do with it. He's going to put it to rebuilding
Sinluma?
Sinluma.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's smart. I mean, if you don't want it, I'll take it.
So he's gonna ask Amer. He's like, "Hey, I might need that. I'm gonna have things to do in the future. And
Jesus.
I got all this gold. I don't know what to do with it."
I mean, you're smart. Unlike me, you don't spend it all on whores and random trinkets you see that you like. So yeah, if you want, if you're interested, you can go. We'll walk you down to Astrod's shop, and you know, like I said, he cut off a few inches of my hair and put it in a jar, and should I die, it'll resurrect me there, naked. For thankfully not the
Yeah.
world to see.
Well, you're resurrected
The world-
naked, but immediately in the little vault, there is like a hospital gown that will.
Okay.
It's
I
just
mean-
a simple white outfit that's
Amer
included.
was-
Amer will ignore.
Oh yeah,
Hammer would drive around naked anyway. Let's be real.
understood. That's valid. You did
Yeah.
put fine clothes there for your own sake.
Yes, I did put fine clothes there. Yes, because I said, I mean, I gotta come back and still, you know, be my blue cloaky self, you know.
Yeah.
All right.
Awesome.
Brennan's gonna copy Amer's.
Awesome. His scheme.
Yeah.
Hey, you know, you never know what might happen to Luma. You might need to come back and resupply. You know what I mean? And
Cool.
Yeah.
some more shadows might
So
still be there.
25,000.
25,000 gold off. and you set yourself up for success.
Did that. I'm also gonna get 2 more potions of flying because that worked well last time.
Very well. Any other shopping you guys want to do?
Yeah, Ricard's gonna get some potions. 1 potion of invulnerability and 7 potions of flying if I can.
7 potions of flying, okay.
There you go. Dude.
It's going to take a couple days, but we're glossing over, let's say we gloss over a week here. You guys go with that?
Yep.
Sure.
Yep.
Because they have to craft
During
them.
during that time, Rose will resummon her clone and tell Rex he can just get rid of the simulacrum if he wants to.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do we get a discount on the
Okay.
potions?
Yes, you do.
From the meter, yeah.
Yep.
5%.
Yeah, if you guys
What
went
was it,
to
5%?
5%.
5% off. So go ahead and knock 5% off the price. You guys went to Fair Boilers Honey Hole.
Yeah, man. Yeah, if you're buying 7 potions, that's like 35% off, man.
That's not how that
All right,
works.
all right, buddy, calm down.
Right? That is stacks. That cost you.
Did anyone used to watch Square One on PBS with MathNet and all that? No?
I have no idea what that is.
Oh, damn. Okay. They used to do things like that. It was a math.
I know the ad.
Yeah,
I
it was a
remember
great
this
thing.
in the 70s for it.
I'm a huge nerd, guys. I'm sorry. And I'm old AF, apparently.
Nerd? How dare you be a nerd during our game of Dungeons and Dragons, Eric?
I do this for a living, guys. I'm as dirty as they come.
How dare you? We know we don't allow your kind here.
Oh, jocks, man.
Get in the locker, Eric.
No, dude. I literally had a one shot where all 6 people in the entire group were just jocks that came in. And they're like, "We want to find out what this thing is." Man, by the end of it, they were hooked. It was great.
Jocks are great. Business majors are the worst.
That's me.
You know what?
I ran a game for 4 business majors, and they found an abandoned tavern and turned it into Sim D&D. I got them to leave the tavern twice in the next 5 sessions. By the end, I told them, your tavern is the most successful in the land, and everyone knows it by name. You have won Dungeons and Dragons.
Indeed, that's how you do it. That as a GM, that's how you let them win.
You roll with it.
I was just broken by then.
Yeah.
This is now beer server simulator. Yeah.
Yep.
But okay, yeah, I'll resummon my clone. Rex can get rid of the simulacrum if he wants to summon his own for the Vagradan fight. I guess in the meantime, the next morning Rose will take the Eye of Kydron and ask to see Vagradan.
Ooh, okay. You want to see Vagradan.
Oh yeah, if we're gonna kill him, we need to know where he is.
Awesome. So, as you ask to see Vagradan, you got your wisdom saving throw?
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah.
24. Awesome.
I gotta turn off the bless. Hold on. But yeah, I did pass even without the
Cool.
bless.
So, your vision shifts and transitions to somewhere else, and for a moment your eyes blink as the sun is shining against a white environment. As your vision clears due to the sunlight's reflection, you realize this is what you see. In the distance, you see an undulation. The sensor is speeding along the surface here. And beneath the sensor, there's a large hump that is moving serpentine-like beneath the surface of the bones.
Are there any landmarks?
You see no landmarks anywhere. It is flat. Well, not flat, but heaps of bones in all directions.
Well, yeah, the sensors. I'm guessing the sensor's only like 5 feet above these bones. So there's bones flying everywhere and crap
Indeed.
from him. sandworming through them, I guess is the best
Indeed.
verb for it.
Exactly.
So yeah, you can't really see. She'll try her best to try to find any sort of, like, she'll look, and it's in the middle of the day, can't see any stars.
No, well, one, but that's it.
Yeah, can't.
You can tell what time of day it is.
Is current time of day because it's crying.
Time zone. Well, that's unfortunate. That is a lot of bones. Do those look like new?
No,
The bones do not look new. Okay,
not
that's good.
at all. These are hundreds, if not thousands, of years old. They are exceedingly old.
Very old.
Very, very old.
Okay, so clearly, Rose is talking to Echo while she's holding this.
I
The
do think
orb.
you
So
see 4 skeletons that are new here. Just 4.
Oh, 4.
Yeah.
I mean, we're zooming past them, so
Yeah.
like, she'll just look at Echo gravely and just say, "Vagradan has entered the elemental plane of bones."
Is that
No.
actually a place?
I don't know. I've never heard of that.
I mean, I'm assuming it is. There was literally just. How deep did the bones look? I mean, Vagradan, well, he's a noodle, so he's not like super wide, but he's still pretty big.
Right.
So the bones were deep enough that he was buried in them.
Correct.
So I mean, at
And you can
least
see that the wings were spread sideways and just forming like a wave.
Yeah. So I mean, at least 50, 60 feet deep bones in all directions. And were they all humanoid, or were there
Oh,
like
no.
animals?
Animals and creatures. Yeah, you saw mind flayers, skeletons, all sorts of things.
Yeah. Do mind flayers have bones?
Oh, yeah.
Do they have skulls?
Well, they
Yes.
have beaks.
Yeah, they have beaks. There are, yeah, they don't necessarily have jaws, but definitely beaks. They do have skulls. They do have spines and rib cages, etc. Yep.
And they pretend to be squids. Huh. But Rose will just be like, yeah, there was six, like, I mean, at least 60 feet deep worth of bones in every direction. There was nothing else. She'll turn to the smart ones and just ask, have you guys ever heard of any place like that? Because I haven't. I'm assuming it's the elemental plane of bones, because what else could it be?
Would you guys like to roll a history check?
Oh, I suppose. I was just going to make fun of her. I'm going to make fun of Rose for at least a little while about the elemental plane of bones.
I mean,
All right, so you have 2 21s here. Mr. Von Karth got a 16. You would have heard of this. And Tester DNA does not. Which makes sense that Ricard would have heard of this because he's so damn old.
He did a lot of reading back in the day.
And you only
Reading?
hear about so many like epic
Yeah, for
fields
class.
of death where they just all blur together.
Mm-hmm. Well,
kind of like the elemental plane of bones.
no. The ancient wastes over here. The original lair of Vagradan.
And Charity.
Although the elemental plane of bones would be a good brothel name.
And I didn't
Actually,
say
yeah,
lair of
that-
charity,
that-
but
that's
charity
actually-
went there. You guys did
Yeah,
find that out on Sundays.
I actually gotta write that. That's actually not bad. I gotta write that down. Elemental plane of bones for a brothel. That's pretty good. I'll put that.
Well,
I gotta hand it to him. That was actually pretty.
That
That was
was
pretty good.
good.
Yeah, I so that's gonna be the name of the brothel in Bourbon that Amorous statue is gonna be next to.
What the hell? Damn. All right.
Smart people, where go?
How do we want to prepare for this? Are we going to just
I
try and
don't
do a straight up
suppose-
fight? Do we want
I don't suppose in all the resources of Varvon you have access to, you currently have a nuke it from orbit option.
Well, that's the scroll of comet that we have.
Yeah.
I mean, I figure that's a pretty good way of starting the fight and getting his attention.
Yeah, it's probably a good way to start. And it's going to be hard to miss him. I mean, with it.
Is
I
Amarazi going to
think
be
we need
helping?
to talk. That's what I think we need to do. I think we need to talk to Amarazi and
You would have
See,
already talked to him. He's willing to help.
yeah.
So,
Well, I think we're going to need his help to plan together. I don't know if.
Okay. Oh, we can go ahead and do that.
Yeah,
That's not hard.
I mean, I don't. Because I don't know how to. I mean, I don't know how to attack him other than just brute force.
So we'll go
I
ahead
think
and-
there was some talk as well of like needing a certain sword and breastplate or something, like some kind of
Yeah.
armor.
Yeah, and wasn't there that when we were up north with the island that is currently beshadowed for some reason, there was a very big monster that attacks anything in its territory. Luring him there is something to put on the table.
Oh, you're thinking Hydra the Skybreaker?
No, he was
Yeah.
thinking
No.
of the Great Worm in Inland Point.
Understood.
Not Inland Point, sorry, it's the one right across from it.
Oh,
Fort Folly.
Australia?
Yeah, the one in Fort Folly. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Gotcha. Luring that big red dragon is going to be near impossible. He's just territorial.
Yeah, luring him, but luring Vagradant to him
Oh.
could be an option.
That's crossing all of Shu, all of Reston. Yeah, that's going to be a big ask.
Can you pop us back to the world map?
Of course. So, we are currently up here in the... You're talking about Vagradant up here in the Ancient Wastes, and the dragon you're talking about is over here in Fort Folly.
Okay, so it's this place that's all covered in shadow now.
No, the
No.
place that's covered in shadow is bottom right-hand corner in the Dark Frost.
Oh, I see. Well, in that case, we just have to lead them, northwest, and it'll pop out the southwest side, right?
nope.
That's the assumption that the world is round and that this is all there is to the world, which I have stated is not the case.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is the known world.
This is the
The world
known
is
world
flat,
that
but it's
people
like
have interacted
Pac-Man.
with so far. No, unfortunately, we're not on Earth.
ER.
Well, you are. Yes.
ER.
PR.
Sorry,
You're fine.
Dragon Ball Z Abridged is
I
also
know.
another series that's stuck in my brain.
Legitimate. It got so dumb that I stopped watching it because my best friend loves that stuff. And plays it on
most
like
abridged-
repeat.
Most abridged series aren't good, but DBZ Abridged is pretty great.
It's one of the first
And,
ones,
and
isn't it?
Sword on
Yeah,
Sword
yeah,
Art
one of the first
Online
ones.
Abridged fixed every problem in the main series.
Yep.
So, I mean, my plan is we all get on Vagradant's back, right? We strike a cool pose, maybe do some sweet moves, and then metal guitar starts playing while we're swooping in on Amarazi's back, and then we just attack Vagradant, and then question mark,
Let's-
question mark,
well,
question
let's-
mark, profit.
Well, let's talk to Amarazi and see what he thinks is. I mean, yeah. I mean, he's
Sure.
fought him before.
All right. So Emirazi will arrive after being called in, day or two. We're covering some time here. It's fine. And Emirazi will alight near the harbor. So, you wish to attack Vagradant. Last time I fought him, I died. He is greater than the last time, but you do have the Star Shatterer's sword. After much research, I believe you can succeed. The idea of leaping from my back in one fell swoop to potentially end him is only viable if you can get him to rise from the bones. Otherwise, Star Shatterer will impact the bones and be completely ineffective. So you must get him up above the surface of the ancient wastes. Step 1. Step 2. You should be very high in the air and have some way to guarantee that whoever wields Star Shatterer strikes true. So I am uncertain of good ways to do that, short of portents, fortune tellers, or wishes.
True strike. Are we gonna find a use for the worst cantrip in the game?
He looks
Is there anything?
Good.
Oh, well, go ahead.
He looks at you.
No, Ed, I want to hear your comment about True Strike.
Oh, my comment on True Strike is that it's the dumbest thing in the game. Um,
But it used to be awesome.
used to in 3.5, yeah.
Yeah.
But Maria Rosie will say, perhaps we can employ more heroes for this purpose.
I have a suggestion.
Yes.
Well, that's a field of bones, right? We need to get Vagradan to come out of that. He doesn't want to. So, if only there were creatures that would just make those bones go away very, very quickly. There's a reason you don't surround yourself with organic matter. A little portal to Jubilex's realm, and those bones will be gone in a minute.
The dragon looks at you disapprovingly.
Hey, I didn't say I'm endorsing the option. I'm just putting it on the table.
What's a Jubilex?
The demon of slimes.
So okay, I think we've talked about this before, and I think I see where this is heading. So, Amarazi, what would he come out of the bones for? What would he come out of? Why would he enter the air for combat?
Food.
Would he
or
do
if
it
he's
because
disturbed.
you're there, or would he do it? Yeah.
Only if you want me to put myself at risk. I will lose in a fight against Vagradan.
So, do you think our presence alone would draw him out?
Perhaps. But the more the better.
I mean, alternatively, we could
Yeah,
just
and-
hit it.
and the
Doesn't that
ground-
comet?
those
The comet
bones-
had leave. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, the bones are difficult terrain, so we'll need as many flyers as possible, right?
Yes.
Doesn't the comet leave a crater that's like 500 feet deep or something like that?
Yes.
So it would hit him even
50
underneath
feet.
the bones.
I think it's 50 feet.
50, but
Yeah, I
yes.
think it's 50 feet deep.
But he wasn't like deep diving. He was like
Yep.
near the surface. So hitting him, I think pretty sure if we launch the comet at him, it'll hit him. And I don't know anything about his personality. Will he come forth after getting hit by that, or will he hide deeper in the bones?
I mean, I think we can assume that Vagradan is to piles of corpses as Scrooge McDuck is to piles of gold.
Essentially. We can attempt it. If you choose to strike at him by yourselves, I will be there with you. If you choose to bring more, I will be with you. I am here to assist you, but I will not be able to vanquish Vagradan by myself.
Oh, well, you'll have us.
So the question becomes, out of character for you guys, and this is a decision you guys need to make. If you want, I can set up a raid event where we bring in other players to come and attack Vagradan. We can have a big event for it. Or you guys can try to do this yourselves. Either way. If you choose to do bringing the rest of the adventurers in, we can set that all up. We can do it on a Monday night or whenever you guys want. and we can set all that up, set it out 2 weeks or whatever, and we can go ahead and have a nice epilogue for you guys beforehand and move forward towards that, or we can move forward with the assault on Vagradan, and it's going to be a short combat.
I mean, I kind of want to. This is the end of our story, so I kind of want to
Understand.
do it ourselves.
Okay,
That's my vote.
understood.
Yeah, I'm good with whatever.
Now that scroll of the comet, that scroll of the comet is going to do 90 points to it. He's probably got, 900.
Well,
So
well, yeah, it's to get his attention, and to
it will get
be
his
an
attention, I'm sure.
an epic way to start the fight.
I don't know. Well, Amer, what's the rest of the party think?
I'm fine either way. I generally like bigger raid events. They're kind of fun, but like I also understand that people want to fight. So
Yep.
I'm cool either way. I will say
And nothing
me-
precludes us from doing a second raid event in addition, if you guys want.
Or
So
what?
for with me, I'm thinking to myself man, I get to make a new character. So I'm like my excitement is
Yeah.
is like that because I love making characters. So that's why I'm fine either way with whatever you guys decide. Because I don't want to take that away from you. Put it that way.
Cool.
Test tube, Brendan, Ricardo, what do y'all think?
I'm not terribly invested in this fight. Vagradan is just something that I know by name and the occasional picture. So this is your guys' fight.
Brennan?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of how how it could go down. Cool, because this campaign has been going. I feel like it has to end right. This campaign's been
Understood.
so long. It seems like we would need more help, to actually do this.
Sure.
But I get that if we do like a special event or something, it might be awkward, or maybe after that we could have an epilogue or something. I
Oh,
don't know.
of course. We
But-
can absolutely do that.
Yeah. But I also get the idea. We've done it this way the whole time,
Okay.
and if we feel like we can do it, then I understand why we'd want to do it that way.
Okay. So what I'm hearing is you guys want to try this yourselves. Let's do it that way. And what we can do
Yeah.
is we're going to try it yourselves. If you guys succeed or fail, I can also do another event where we have a alternate timeline.
We retreat.
Well, I wonder if maybe the ideal scenario here is some kind of raid event to somehow set circumstances or stakes of us engaging Vagradan.
We can do that. We can absolutely do that. So, what we can do is we'll set that up as a side thing. And if you guys want, we can do the Vagradan thing right now.
Fine.
Did the music just change with that?
Uh-huh.
I feel like the music changed with that.
I mean, it feels abrupt, but what else are we gonna do, really? How else are we gonna prepare?
Yeah.
He's doing his final boss, circling the last area thing.
Yeah. Okay. I'm good with it. I don't think we can beat him, but we can definitely take a stab at it.
Well, I think spacing is going to be important, but
Yeah, and I think spacing is going to be important. I think you're right.
so talking to Amarazi, Vagradan, he does he has fire breath and acid breath.
Correct.
His blood is acid, if I remember correctly.
And his talons are exceedingly sharp. His tail whips with the crack of thunder, destroying anything it touches with bludgeoning.
So he's an iguana.
Essentially.
I mean, A lot
It's
of
got a
dragons.
3 mile long tail, guys. That tail, when it whips, is going to last.
Well, that raises the point. Like, how do we hurt him, other than Star Shatterer? Like,
I am unaware of a way.
like if I punch, I mean,
Do we even know what Star Shatter is going to do to him? I mean, we don't really even know what it does to him,
I was dead when it was used.
right? Yeah.
Well, here's a thought. We do have access to tremendous resources of lore. Perhaps we can find a being who was alive at the time who knows what happened. I mean, after all, it was grand armies that rose up against Vagradan, was it not?
no, it was an adventuring party. We have the name of the guy who wielded the sword. What was it? I wrote it down somewhere. My notes are a mess.
I will grab it.
And his soul was destroyed, correct?
His body
no,
was.
his body was.
Oh,
Yeah, that was a while ago, so I don't think we can like resurrect him to ask. But also, his body's gone. But
no, if he's in the afterlife, we could just, go there.
Yeah, Karis Roseros.
yeah, that was the wielder of Star Shatterer.
He jumped off a mountain to make it happen.
You know what? It was so long ago, it was probably in 3rd edition, and this 3rd edition falling object rules, so that's probably how he killed him.
So Ricard has Star Shatter, right?
Yes?
Well, we get him there. I mean, there's no problem getting on top of his back. Once we get his attention, he comes to the surface, we can get on his back. The problem is, I mean, now you've got a handful of Vagradan. What are you going to do with it? I can get him there, but has he got to stab him 100 times? Has he got to get a crit? What do we got to do?
Well, mechanically, I will answer that if you guys want. If you don't want, I won't.
Well, let's talk.
Is there a way?
Well, let's talk to Karis
Sure.
Rosarios.
Okay.
Okay.
Testu, can you like summon this guy's soul or something?
Yeah, that's better.
Well, assuming that he's in the good place afterlife, I'll just do a divination and ask to which deity currently holds the soul of that guy.
MKL, the god of death.
Oh gosh, in that case, let's go talk to Ricard's mom.
That's Masaba, the god of blood.
Oh, Miss Saba. I'm sorry.
You're good. Lots of gods.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
I mean, Imkal has priests everywhere. He's like one of the most worshipped gods in the
in
the setting.
In Reston, at least, and there's false churches all over Shu. So, what do you want to ask him? What do you want to ask Karis Roseros?
I'm just thinking through my spells to how we're gonna go talk to him.
Sure.
Because you'd think there would be a spell for a seance in D&D.
Well, what about ceremony? Is it not? No, it doesn't do
It's
it.
not powerful.
No, that's. I can marry people.
Yeah.
Couldn't you contact another plane?
I think that's actually just a wizard spell.
You can find a wizard who would be willing to cast it for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Alara could do it.
It's a wizard spell. I can cast it. Let's see. What level is it? Oh yeah, that'd be a piece of cake. What does it do? Mentally contact a demigod, a spirit. Okay. Oh, when you cast this spell, you make a DC 15 intelligence check or suffer 6d6 psychic damage. Okay. It's not a problem though.
Echo Rex is like, eh.
You can't take action. Can't understand what other creatures are saying. You can't read, speak. Only gibberish until you get a greater restoration. Yeah, that sounds fun.
If only you had the high priest of a moon god in the party.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, DC 15 intelligence, I can do that. Surely. I mean, what kind of wizard can't do
Pride
that?
goeth before
Absolutely.
the
And
fall.
stop calling me Shirley.
So contact other plane also just gives you one word responses like yes, no, maybe, never,
Yep,
etc.
that's fine.
It won't tell us what to do with the stupid sword.
Stab.
But,
If we
hey,
stab
let's
Baghdad
just
with
go to the
sword, we'll
temple of
kill it.
Lasab. Let's go to the temple of MKL. I've got the
Yep.
professional courtesy of being a non-hostile high priest. Like, hey, I need to talk to one of your bros.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right. So we're going to take you guys back to Nausha real quick. And you guys can go to the Temple of Yimkale here. And I don't think I
And you
have
know
that
what?
in your...
If we're gonna do that, we should probably hire a bard. Because we can come in with the ostensibly, we need this information, but also this information of his heroics belongs out in the world, and we've brought a bard to transcribe his story.
All right.
Never hurts to have multiple reasons for them to say yes.
Right. So we take you guys over to the Temple of Imkale. There we are.
Yep. That looks familiar.
All right.
They fixed the
crap.
altar.
We got to walk up the stupid steps again, don't we?
Yep, which causes you to lose a level for every step of the 20 steps.
Except me. Ha ha
Yeah,
ha
I work
ha.
my ass off for these levels. What are you talking
Can you fly? Can you fly over?
Yeah, Semi-Echo's not going up the steps.
No.
Well, what's wrong is how do you tell someone, yeah, every time you go up a level, you go down a level?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rose's body, when she takes that first step, she sits down at the seat of the at the stairs, and her spirit walks up with you guys, like Obi-Wan Kenobi style.
All right.
It's the third time this has happened.
Yep. So you guys approach. The priest will meet you at the door. How can we help?
Greetings, fellow member of the clergy. We have an important mission. A member of your flock who has passed long since. Their memories are needed to protect the world, and their memories are of such importance to the story of this world and their grand sacrifice that we also wish to ensure that their memories are properly recorded so that all can know of their glory.
He nods and will escort you guys inside. As you walk in, he leads you to the dais at the front where the altar is, and he steps up on it. Who would you entreat?
Harris Rosarios.
Behind the mask, his eyes widen at the mention of the name, but he knows it, and he will begin to pray. It takes a couple moments, but then you see his bearing change, and the eyes will open, and instead of the priest's eyes, you see bright blue eyes that glow behind the mask. Who bothers my rest?
Those bound to the same task you once did.
The eyes widen in terror.
Some fool resurrected Vagradan, and we've already got your sword back.
How do
Rose
you have a body
gestures-
right now, Rose?
No, it's her spirit, like Obi-Wan Kenobi style.
Okay, so you were able to interact with the world?
Yeah, well, talk. Can't
Okay.
really pick
I
anything
didn't
up.
know you could talk. That's interesting. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, I mean, it's not specified. She's talked before. I'm assuming she can. when
Okay.
She's doing this.
Cool.
Yeah, just Obi-Wan Kenobi ghost style.
All right.
But she just says, we gestured. She gestures at the sword. We got your sword back.
You seek to slay the beast. Bagradan, the creature, the monstrosity, the aberration.
Well, Yeah.
It is difficult.
I mean, do I have to like stab him in a certain spot or something? What do I do with this thing?
I mean, yeah.
Take the sword and drive it into his heart from above.
Yeah, he's really big. We're gonna need slightly better coordinates than that.
Directly behind where the head split.
See, that's good to know.
There is a spot at the top of the spine where they join. It is the only weak point on the entirety of the dragon. Strike anywhere else, and he will be immune to your damage. It is the point that he was drawn from the egg.
Can only Star Shatterer pierce that weak point?
Indeed.
Or can our...
If you are eaten by him, you will be consumed by acid and flame. If you are struck by his claws, you will be cut in half. Struck by his tail, you will go flying into the distance. His wings bathe the countryside with acid and fire. He is not to be trifled with. Fall on him from above, surprise him, and strike true. Miss by an inch, and your efforts will be wasted.
Okay. So the only one that can hurt
mechanically for you guys, whoever does this needs to critically strike with Star Shatterer. This is a one and done thing.
How do we guarantee a crit?
Oh, if only we could channel the raw divine power of a deity.
Oh yeah, divine intervention.
Yeah.
That's within
Or
divine.
would wish work? I don't know.
That won't give you a crit, will it?
I mean, it's vague. It's
You
literally like God does something. I mean, I think asking
in a
for
couple of shots. Aimer
Wish does it,
actually. I mean, I think Aimer has the best chance. He's that elven accuracy gives him like super advantage. Turn.
How do we get
Or
advantage in the first
right?
place, though?
I have potions of advantage. That part's not hard.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
But then again, Ricard gets four
The
tries.
The problem is
No,
that
you guys give one try.
so the thing about it is that Star Shatterer is a very large sword, not exactly the best with swords like that. So the tricks I use with my lineage won't work. AKA, I have to use a Dex, Int, Wiz, or Charisma stat to get Elven accuracy. Star Shatterer is not a finesse weapon.
Yeah.
So-
Okay.
so
So, that's
Eric,
a
you're
good point. But
saying-
hold on.
you're
Yeah,
saying
Eric
he-
said I only get one chance. What does that mean?
This is one attack. It's the falling strike. It's all on one roll.
So
You
I
guys
have-
will be able to use inspiration all you want. You guys can use your advantage, anything you want. But this is one attack.
So I can swing the sword fine. I have advantage. I have inspiration, and I do crit on a 19 or 20.
Unless
I
you
don't
can
suppose
get
you're an assassin.
I'm not.
He's not an assassin.
Ricard, do you crit on a 19 or a 20?
No.
No.
Now, here's something to
we can-
consider because we used this in the last fight, and I think it is an option. Let's say that someone makes the jump, and they make the swing, and they miss.
Hmm?
Well, I've got Vortex Warp. Pop them back up to the top, go again.
that would work.
Yeah, but there's nothing saying we have to do it on the first try.
Right.
But
You only get one
It's
per fall.
But it's got to be.
yeah.
Okay. So also
So-
mechanically, it doesn't matter like how good anybody is with the sword. It's just you got to roll a crit.
You have to land this critical strike on this one spot.
So Eric,
Having
what
a
about
19 or
landing on
20
his back?
is
Like we,
ideal.
Go ahead,
what
Becca.
about landing on his back, like we talked about, and riding him?
Riding Vagradan, he's going to burrow and wipe you guys off. So you're not going to be able to stay on top of him. He's going to come up and he's going to try to fight you guys. And
Yep.
It's going to be, he's going to try to eat you. And he's going to swing his wings over you, and it's going to deal tons and tons of damage.
Yeah.
This is boss level stuff. This is how the fight works.
This is god level stuff.
Well, I mean,
Yep.
I think our best bet is either some of us distract Vagradan, Echo and Testu either use Wish or Divine Intervention to guarantee a crit on his next attack, and then
For the
while we're
fun of it,
distracting Vagradan,
Before we go there, because you did scry on it, I will go ahead and show you guys the battlefield if you guys want. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Does that help you guys a little bit?
Sure.
All right.
Yeah.
So I'm going to show you the battlefield with you guys on the back of Amory or Rosie, because you guys have already negotiated that, right? All right. So
Yep.
here's the battlefield for you guys.
Jesus.
All right.
Oh, gotta love flat plains. Holy shit, that's huge.
This is the battle map for you guys.
Can you put our tokens on there and then put Vagradan's token just for the size comparison?
Your tokens,
Our tokens
your tokens
are.
are on there. Go look at Amorosi's shoulder.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
And the
if
thing
you-
is, Amorosi is a lot smaller than Vagradan.
yes, if you want, I will go ahead and put Vagradan on the map for you guys because it is fun to go ahead and have this. So let me drag him over there for you guys, just so that you guys can see him in relative perspective, because you guys want to know what we're dealing with. So here you guys go. There he is.
I've got an idea. Okay. One ability that can
Just puts belly
automatically
rubs.
land a critical is an assassin. And if anyone could imbue someone with the powers of an assassin, it would be the High Cleric of Mosaba.
That's not gonna be me.
That's definitely an idea. Like, Mosaba is the god of vengeance. Like, some sort of, like, divine retributive strike that guarantees a crit against, if you frame it as Ricard, like, taking vengeance for all the people Vagradan has killed and eaten. What was the name of that town? Shimahaba?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what happened to that town? Is it just, like,
Oh.
gone?
Yeah, he's essentially burned it down and poured acid all over it. There is an underbelly to it that they're working on using as black market, etc. But yeah, it exists. It's just been destroyed.
And Ricard accepting Mosaba's power and legitimacy in quote unquote his city, I could see that working.
It's up to you guys.
I mean, is that even? I mean, that is within Mosaba's wheelhouse, I would imagine. But this party has done a lot to piss off Mosaba. Like,
A lot.
I mean, a lot. Like,
And seeing
we've
us
spit
come
in her
back
eye at
crawling
least
and-
like 3 times. And if I was the god of vengeance, promising to help us and then going, yoink, just kidding, would be a pretty good way to get revenge.
Yep.
Well,
Mosaba's a
seeing
bad
us
choice.
I
Good.
agree, but it is a choice, and it's one that we have direct connections to.
That is valid.
I mean, there's nothing stopping us from either wishing for a guaranteed crit or divine interventioning a guaranteed crit. Because I mean, that seems like something those two abilities can pretty easily do.
The wish would cause the wish weakness.
The backlash, yeah.
But that's up to you guys to determine. The fight's here.
Okay, so
Yes, sir.
let's talk about rules as written versus the spirit of the rule. So Echo cast Simulacrum. He used Cartomancy to do that. He did that at the beginning of the day when he has his 9th level spell slot free. Rules as written, Simulacrum has a wish.
Well, Cartomancy,
It's
you
going
have
to
to
allow him to cast a wish.
Doesn't Cartomancy require you to put your 9th level spell slot into the card?
No.
No,
No?
you prep
Oh.
a spell at the
No,
start of the day.
no.
But that's also an infinite wish combo.
Yeah.
Well, right, exactly.
Yeah,
And
I
so
don't think we're
usually
gonna
it's
do
it's
that.
something that. Yeah. Okay. That's why
Yeah,
I
we're not
asked.
going to use the
Because he has
Simulacrum's wish.
he has a nice level. He has a nice level slot. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's good grief.
You guys wanted epic, we got epic.
I don't even know. I don't even know if that would guarantee a crit. Chances
A
are
wish.
it would.
I mean, that's pretty.
Wishing for a crit would also theoretically possibly lose the wish. I don't know.
Well, I think that's what Echo's worried about. I'm sure that's not like a crazy wish. Like
It's a pretty small ask relatively, but because of this specific scenario,
Yeah,
it's
but
like,
it
oh,
doesn't-
really? We
yeah,
can
but
do
it
that?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a hassle.
If you guys want to do it, I will allow you guys to wish for the critical strike, and the wish will be granted. However,
You have to roll for the backlash.
You have to roll for the backlash. You got to suffer the consequences of whatever happens there.
So then it's Echo's choice, or Doug's choice if he wants to do that with his character, but that sounds like a decent plan. Have Aimer get advantage, wish for the crit. Or I guess it doesn't matter if he has advantage at that point.
Well, how about this? We use the wish for the crit, and we use the divine intervention to make sure he gets to where he needs to be, or use the divine intervention to whisk him away before the kaboom.
Well, yeah, the kaboom is going to be the big thing. Yeah.
That's what death ward's for.
No, the Vagranite explosion destroys your soul.
No, it didn't.
Yeah.
Kairos was fine.
Oh,
Kairos,
it's the breath weapon that destroys the soul. Sorry.
It destroys the weapon, destroys your body utterly.
Yeah, the explosion will destroy your body utterly.
Well, I mean,
So,
I guess I'm best for that with my insurance then.
So, yeah, I
Hey,
mean, yeah.
that's the only thing let's do it. I mean, that's the only way we're going to do it. If we're going to do it by ourselves, that's the way we're going to have to do it.
Now, just to keep this on the table, nothing stops us from both, asking Mosaba for help and then doing the wish/divine intervention. Stack as much as you can, because the literal world is the stakes.
Yeah, Mosaba's not probably going to do anything to help me.
In fact, she might do stuff to harm us.
So if you want to go that route, you're fine doing it. I should probably bow out.
Yeah.
What about Lucky? Would Lucky work?
Lucky would allow us to basically reroll like Inspiration does.
Too bad we don't have a divine or wizard. Then they could just keep going till they get a 20, and the range on the portent is literally line of sight.
Yeah, no.
That's what I mean, though. So, no, I mean it might not. Brennan can't do anything, but if he had 3 Luckies and Intuition, it'd be 4 rolls, or Inspiration.
Well, the thing is, I think if we're guaranteeing the crit, there's
I
no
guess
roll,
we
right?
don't need it. Yeah. No, that's true.
I think there needs to be either the wish or the divine intervention to guarantee the crit, and then the other one has to be some sort of wishing for either like acid and flame immunity for a few rounds to block the explosion, or as divine intervention to shield us just enough for us to live through the explosion, because
Sorry, Brent, what do you need?
I think that's our best bet.
Yeah. Potions aren't gonna.
I mean, they'll help.
I got something that we might be able to use to get out of there. What about Gate? It will function both as a shield and what we travel through. So we pop that up between us and Vagrandan and just go through it.
Well, yeah, but what about Ricard?
Oh, is Vagrandan going to explode? Is that the problem? Vagrandan's going to explode?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes,
It is
but
gonna
we don't
utterly destroy your body.
though. Do we know if it's going to happen? Well, we can. Did we leave Kairos Razors? Kairos Razors?
We can have you guys back there. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Does the explosion happen immediately,
Okay.
or is there like a dramatic 12 seconds
No,
before he
it is
explodes?
immediate. It is instantaneous.
Okay.
I
And it's
can
the
I can save Ricardo. I can save Ricard from dying from the explosion.
What are you gonna use?
I can't save everybody.
Well, you should ask, how big is the
Um,
explosion?
Harris doesn't know. He died.
He was right next to it when it happened.
How about
I think that would work.
would stone skin work?
If it's just pure damage.
Stone Skin gives resistance.
Stone skin's
yeah.
gonna.
We all have
Yeah.
ways of getting
Yeah.
resistance, but it just
But it's
depends on how
not-
much. If it's
yeah.
20,000 damage, it doesn't matter how much resistance you have.
So I think
Yeah,
the
it's
immunity
resistance,
will
you're
work
right.
if it's just pure. If it's an effect other than damage, then bye bye Ricard. But and maybe tomorrow I can wish him back. Maybe. Then again, I might not be able to wish him back.
Because you lost the wish. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
if all it is destroying the body utterly, well, we just take a piece of the body, store it elsewhere, and I've got what I need for resurrection.
yeah, like Ricard.
Yeah,
He's-
we're level
hey,
20.
he's-
Death is an inconvenience, and your 5th is free.
Oh,
He's lived a long and fruitful life, and he's already got statues. I mean, come on.
I mean, we could always just like take it like a piece of his pinky nail or something, and bring him back because it doesn't destroy his soul. But like, we all want to avoid dying because it's not infinite in this world. It gets harder every time.
But it's a hell of a hassle.
It is. Yeah, it is also
Yeah.
a hell of a hassle.
It would also be a really badass part of the story.
Also, it hurts. It hurts like a bitch to die.
Not a great feeling, I'll tell you that.
What about an insurance policy for Ricard?
Yeah.
I mean,
I
25,000
can't
gold.
afford it.
I can't. I only
Yeah,
have
The
4,000.
explosion's going to be a problem. The explosion's going to be a problem for everybody. I mean, unless we just leave Ricard there to fight Baggerdan on his own.
No.
When Baggerdan explodes, it's going to be a problem for everybody.
Well, what do we have in the way of contingent magic?
Well,
We have the insurance policies.
wait. Isn't Rex? Isn't there? I've seen that spell before. The one that makes like an invisible cube that can't be crossed.
Force gauge.
Wait a minute. No, he's thinking Globe of Invulnerability. But see, that only works
also
against
Force-
spells.
Well,
Does it,
Rose
work
is.
against-
I'm talking about Force Cage because
Force Cage?
yeah.
Man, I hadn't used it in a while. Let's see.
Yeah.
Let me
The
look.
difficulty is that it has to be instantaneous. Otherwise, like a readied vortex warp would be enough.
Yeah. Let's see. For an hour. And immobile, invisible. Okay, there's no concentration. Okay, so here's the thing. We put ourselves in force cages so he can fight Baggerdan, but we can't get out of the force cage ourselves. I mean, it's not
And you-
concentration. You can't break concentration on it. You're stuck in it for an hour while Baggerdan chews on Ricard's bones.
Well, so presumably what we would do is you would have that ready to go, and then when Ricard hits it, you would have it ready to action to cast that before the explosion hits us. And then at some point you would have probably cast that invulnerability on Ricard beforehand, and hopefully that's enough to protect him.
Yeah.
Because the cage is invisible, right?
It's also
So-
immobile.
Yeah. It's immobile and invisible.
And I don't think
and it's an
Amaraz is
hour.
going to fit in it.
Well,
And you can't just
Amarazi's really fast and he can fly away. I think Amarazi will be fine. He's also a god himself, so the explosion might not be enough to kill Amarazi. I honestly think that's probably
I
our
don't
best
think-
bet. So we set up the crit, right?
It's a great idea if Ricard kills Vagradan and we can sit there for an hour for it to go away. Otherwise,
Well, you just you ready
Vagradan's
the
gonna
action.
sit
You ready the
or and
action.
wait for it to go away.
Mechanically, you ready the action, right? And the thing that
Yeah.
triggers the action is Ricard getting the crit.
Okay, I don't think you understand though. Okay, so I cast a spell, Force Cage. We're in a Force Cage for an hour, regardless of if he fails or succeeds.
Well, I mean, if he has a guaranteed crit, he kind of will succeed. Also,
Yeah.
he has his armor, so like even if like Vagradan notices him and tries to attack him, Ricard can turn into sand and be immune to all. I think he's immune to all damage while he's in his sand form.
Only resistance.
Only resistance. Damn.
It takes an action to turn into it.
I mean, it's a pretty decent plan. I don't like putting myself in a Force Cage.
Well, the Force Cage, can't you disintegrate it if we need to get rid of it?
Yeah, I think you can't. You can't dispel it, but I think you can. Let's see.
And you can
Is
disintegrate
it, is it concentration? Can you just break
No,
it?
it's not concentration.
Oh, okay.
And we're
So
also
if-
making
if-
the
if
big
things go
assumption
to
that that's
shit,
gonna
you
work
can get
properly
rid
for
of
this
it.
guy.
I thought you could disintegrate it, but it's not on here.
Or is that
That's
the
all
other
That
it
is
one?
works.
legacy version. Oh, yeah, this one. Yeah, so if we decide to fail the charisma save, hey, you're gonna be there a minute.
Mhm.
It's just no way around it. That's why I don't like putting myself in a Force Cage.
I mean, what other way is there to make sure we all live through the explosion?
Ricard
Okay, how
loses
about
his
this?
footing or misses one. Yeah.
If we can find some other way to ensure that we get Ricard to the right spot, perhaps a vortex warp, something like that, we could have the divine intervention be something because the gods can move faster than instantaneous. So have Anwa bring him from Agradan's back to Amarazi's back, then I gate us out of there. So we basically gate with the explosion behind us, which would look really, really cool.
Could you divine intervention and cast gate at the same time?
Yeah, divine intervention is not concentration. Divine intervention is one's deity intercedes on your behalf.
It's not an action to use.
It is.
You can do that beforehand, I think is what he's saying.
Oh,
Right.
like hey, be like Anwa, just when he gets the hit, just like snap him like 2,000 feet away or something
Yeah,
like that. Yeah.
or a contingent vortex warp.
And I wouldn't mind being snapped miles away.
Yeah.
Okay, so Force Cage.
Or how about this then? We're thinking a lot of high tier spells, but the lower the magic that we can accomplish it with, the better the results. What about a contingent banish?
Banish ourselves.
Well, banish Ricard, and then the rest of us
Yeah,
use the gate to get out.
I think invulnerability is going to keep. I mean, I'm pretty sure vulnerability is going to keep Ricard alive. It wouldn't hurt for him to have an insurance policy.
What's the range on invulnerability? Do you have to touch him?
Yeah, you touch him and it lasts for 10 minutes.
Oh,
and
10
he's immune
minutes.
to all damage.
I thought it was 1 minute. So yeah, 10
Yeah.
minutes is plenty of time to get
No.
ready. Yeah.
What the hell
Okay,
kind of spell
And
is
he's
that?
immune.
I know, right?
Yeah, that's the bomb. That's one of my favorites. Are you kidding? Simulacrum, invulnerability, and wish. That's the trifecta. So yeah, that's the way to go.
I see
Oh, no,
what
it's
you're
stealth.
missing.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, range.
Wait, that's stealth. Ooh.
Oh yeah, range self.
Yeah,
Sorry,
an invulnerable wizard is different than an invulnerable barbarian fighter.
Sorry, dude. Suddenly we're Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Sorry, bro.
I'm glad you guys are
Isn't-
punching the tickets now instead of, all right, let's do this plan and self.
Cowabunga.
Isn't the insurance
I mean, to be
policy
honest, I'm gonna
enough?
pass it on myself too, just to be sure. But,
But
yeah.
do you want to risk that? Because there's always a chance you don't come back. It might be low, but it's still there.
You mean on the roll?
Well, yeah, just to come back. Because I mean, it is. I think it's a 1 in 100, but it's like happened before.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw it happen
The
live.
insurance policy, is that-
Yeah, I totally think it's worth it.
How many
Are you
times has
willing to
Ricard died?
What?
If Ricard doesn't come back, that's cool. It's part of the story.
Ricard hasn't died yet,
We're gonna
right?
get it.
No.
We're gonna get
Okay.
We're gonna get an insurance policy on him. Is that what we're talking about?
Okay, so here is a
Yeah.
current
Yep.
proposed plan. We use Wish to guarantee a crit. We archive a piece of Ricard for resurrection purposes. We fly in on Amarazi. Designated does the divine intervention to do a contingent vortex warp. So the moment he strikes, he will reappear on Amarazi, and then Designated casts the gate as the explosion is looming in, and we don't look back at the explosion as we fly through the gate.
God, I don't know. That was kind of complicated. That's 6-second rounds, turns. Everybody has to make their own movement. I don't know if we can do it that way.
I think he's like saying we literally just do a drive-by on Amarazi's back.
Yeah.
Like he's gonna cast the gate in front of Amarazi, and Amarazi's gonna fly through the gate, and he's gonna close it before the explosion hits. But I mean, that's pretty hard timing. I mean,
And we're just leaving Ricard.
well, no, he said
No.
he's gonna have the. What's the range of vortex warp?
So thinking about this
No, you
mechanically,
upcast it, it's hundreds of feet.
think about this mechanically. If I get the crit on it, Vagradan, the explosion's going to happen right then. There's no time for us to move through a gate, close it, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Oh no, the gate is going to be between us and Vagradan. We fly towards him.
Right, but the explosion is going to happen before we can fly anywhere.
Eric, do you have some data on the?
Yeah, you guys won't be able to move between the time the explosion happens and
Because that would be
yeah,
reaction. I mean, if you had some type of reaction, but
yeah.
Yeah.
But being able to move
Okay.
is an issue.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Here is something.
Okay,
The force cage idea might work because teleports can still teleport.
We
through
can
the force
teleport
cage,
out of
can't they?
Yep.
yeah, we can teleport out of the force cage.
Now teleport into it.
So contingency warping me into it is what you're thinking?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that might be the play. But it does say no magic can pass through it for force cage.
That's not passing through. That's teleporting.
But you're, if the creature
check.
inside tries to use a teleport or a interplanar travel to leave, it must make a charisma saving throw. So if you're
Right.
inside, you can try to teleport out, but you're not
No,
teleporting into it.
No, you have it backwards. If the creature tries to use teleportation or interplanar to leave the cage, you can teleport stuff into it. No problem. A creature inside the cage can't leave it by non-magical means. If the creature tries to use teleportation or interplanar travel to leave the cage, it must first make a charisma savings throw.
Yep.
There is nothing about
Having a
teleporting
solid
something
barrier.
into the cage.
I've had a group known as
Okay,
the
yes it
Misfits of
does.
Mayhem.
Yes it does. The second paragraph. Creating a solid barrier that prevents any matter from passing through it and
Right.
blocking any spells cast in or out of the area.
Yeah. So people inside would not be able to cast it. So
Damn.
That's the
okay.
issue. Yep.
But divine intervention could maybe bring me in there. I don't know if that counts as a spell or not.
I mean, if anything could do it, a
Oh.
god can. Like, that seems within the divine intervention's wheelhouse.
It sounds right to me.
I mean, if that's the case, we drop you, do the gate, and rely on the divine intervention to just do a contingent banish. You poof out of that,
Eric.
Go ahead. Good, Tester, just a sec. Go ahead, Tester.
how-
Just a second, Echo. Let Tester finish his thought. Anything else, Tester?
Sorry. Go a little. So, contingent banish while the rest of us have gotten out of there, and then Onwa can just reach out and grab him for whatever plane he winds up on and just bring him somewhere else.
Okay. Echo?
Yeah, I was going to ask, how big is a force cage? Is it big enough to hold the party? It's 100 feet.
Yeah, it's 20 feet on the side, so 20 by 20. So yeah,
Well,
it's easily
the
big enough
force
to hold all of
cage
us.
will not help us. You need the force cube, which is the other version you cast of it.
Right.
Um,
The force cage,
no, I think you can wrap this one.
when you do the force
Yeah,
cage,
it's 10 feet on a side, and you
right. So you can hold 4
go
people
ahead,
inside
Eric.
of it.
We're going to say the same thing.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, couldn't you technically hold 8 people inside of it because it's 10 feet tall
Yes,
as well?
if you're going to put
You-
people on shoulders, yes. Now, there is one small point, and Emery and Rosie would want to make a note of this. He won't fit inside the force cage.
No, and I really don't like getting him involved too much either. I thought he was just kind of going to drop us off, whether we're going to skydive in or
If you want to skydive in while he
Or whatever.
flies away, put all your eggs in one basket, I am down for that.
yeah, I'm sure. But he said that he couldn't fight Vagardan.
Right.
He would lose.
He'd lose, yeah.
And so I mean, if he says that and he knows that, then I don't see how we can involve him.
Well, I mean,
Because he
he
is
would lose
very
if he was.
fast.
Yeah, I mean, he's a god himself, Echo. Like, I'm pretty sure he can outrun that explosion, or even if he gets hit by the tail end of it, I think he'll be injured but fine. Like, I don't think
Mechanically,
he's
if
gonna
you
die.
guys want him to dump you off from 10,000 feet, he can do that, and you guys will have rounds before you fall and impact Vagardan. But it is going to be, you guys are falling. So, up to you.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
Well-
going to point out all of us have enough HP to survive a fall from orbit. So,
Or we could just all get items of flying, like a broom of flying, or magic carpet.
well, or we have the 7 potions that Ricard has, so
Yep.
that too. But
I was thinking I could dimension door Ricard onto Vagardan's back. I mean, he's only going to get one round, but supposedly he only needs one swing, right?
Yep, he needs the falling damage and the one swing. That's it.
Just remember, Dimension Door, you got to go too.
Yep.
Yeah, I know.
But Echo's been all about self-sacrifice his entire campaign.
No, he's about contingency. He's going to use that self on him.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't do force cage and dimension door
Nope.
and get Ricard there. I mean,
Yeah, I was gonna say we haven't discussed how to get me there, but seems like you guys started that.
I think we can, dimension door is 500 feet. So if we can get within 500 feet of him, which I think we probably can or will, then I can probably dimension door you and I onto his back, right to the spot we want to go to, and then you take a swing. That's what I'm thinking.
Well, Eric,
The
you
problem
said you
is when
needed
he-
the fall plus swing,
Yep,
right?
you need the fall. This is all.
So-
This isn't get on his back. If you guys get on his back, he's gonna shake you guys off. So remember, you gotta get him up out of the bones. You gotta fall down on him and attack him. So up to you guys how you want to do it. I'm totally up for it.
Well,
However you guys want
can't-
to do it.
So Ricard can't. Well, okay. Well, hold on. All right. Hold on. Damn it. We keep making this more complicated.
Uh-huh.
We need to make Ricard fly. We need to make it so he can fly. He's
has-
going to have
he has-
to
he has a
control
potion- he has a
himself
He has potions
and
of
his
fly.
fall.
He can already do that with the potion of fly.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll do the dimension door. We'll get close enough that he can fall or fly into Vagardan and get his critical strike. Okay. And that lasts for 10 minutes. All right. Okay. So that works. Now, how do we save the rest of the party?
I don't think the rest of us need to get off Emeraldi. We could just stay on as they go, Mach 1.5.
I mean, at that point, why do we even be there? Like,
so that we can
Brett-
cast
yeah,
the
Brennan,
spells on him
Aimer,
right before
and-
he jumps.
So we can what?
So we can cast the effects on him right before he jumps.
Well, what about all of us who don't cast spells? Like, we could just not be there.
Yeah, I know. There's no, yeah, we nothing to offer really.
Yep, good point. Stay home.
Uh-huh.
Is that what we're gonna?
I,
Is that,
I am home.
Is that the plan? Yeah. So Echo and Ricard are gonna go with Amarazi to kill Vagradan, and we'll be back tomorrow. That's the plan.
I guess.
I mean, obviously I'm gonna be there because Rose is gonna be there, but it's just like,
Yeah.
like a week. Brennan, I guess, Brennan, Ricard, Brennan, Aimer, and I, we don't really. I guess Aimer has a little bit of magic, but nothing crazy powerful. So like,
Yeah.
I guess
we,
we'll
we
just
could be there for spirit.
for moral support.
Yeah. No, there's no.
Well, I've
there's
got
really
those
no one for
conjure
us to help.
elemental things we could use as like flak, so those who don't have spells to cast can each use one and use their concentration to set an elemental to just kind of shield him on his way down.
I mean, Echo's ready. I mean, I know what my part is. I don't know. I know what Ricard and I have to do. Okay. I mean, I'm ready. When you guys are ready, I got a little bit of prep and I'm ready, I think.
All right.
Well, I need to get the insurance policy, and
Sure.
we need to get the divine intervention set up, right?
Yeah, the divine intervention is basically the blessing right before he jumps.
Okay. So
Which does what?
Basically, it's going to banish him right after he strikes.
Yeah, hopefully the explosion doesn't last for a minute, but
you guys done here at the temple?
I think
I
so.
mean,
I think
yeah, I
we're
don't
gonna go
think-
get
I don't
an
think-
insurance policy.
yeah, I don't think Karis Rosarios has anything more to add. That, like, he's the only one who's fought Vagradan. I mean, did he have any companions? Like,
Oh yeah.
they help in any way?
Yeah, they helped immensely.
How?
They cast jump
they
on
all
him.
died.
They cast jump on him, and they sent him off the mountainside as he fell. There was a cleric that had the portent roll. They had waited for 300 days in order to get it all set up. They waited on top of that mountain, and he leapt off, knowing he was going to die. They had no contingency to keep him alive.
Did the rest of the party die too?
Oh, yes.
Okay, so they covered the entire mountain.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hopefully we're.
How does the portent roll work? I've heard that before, but I can't ever seem to get access to it. So what's the portent roll?
Oh, the portent roll with the.
It's a
Go ahead.
the I forgot the class of wizard.
Divination.
Divination,
wizard.
cleric, or wizard.
Yeah, divination.
They get the ability to pre-roll dice every morning, and they get to roll 3 of them. And when they do so, they can replace a die roll with one of these portent dice.
Yeah. So it's like the strings of fate. Well,
Exactly.
Yeah, kind of like the strings of fate. Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
So they just wait till they get a 20, and then they're like, "All right, it's time."
Mm-hmm. It's a good day. Let's go. But that's how they did it, and they all died. But they did so for the good of Toivoa.
Yeah, we're more selfish than that.
Understood?
We're just going to kill Vagradan over a lunch break, so.
Okay. So,
I mean, yeah. So I guess I'm assuming
Let's
Amarazi's
go.
fast enough to outrun the explosion. But okay, so you have the contingency banish. You have the insurance policy just in case it doesn't work. Well, first, I mean, I guess we got to cast the wish to see if that works and see if you get, because you have other spells to cast, Echo. So like, aren't you gonna have to, suffer the backlash?
Yeah. Yeah. I think.
Might as well do it now.
I think I'll be okay. I think I'll be okay. I've got it figured out.
mean, what the wish is.
Well, so-
Like the next Ricard's next strike is going to be a natural 20, I guess, or a critical hit. Like
You got to be
Yeah.
poetic
Either way.
about it.
Yeah.
You know, fate has feelings.
What is the GM?
Poetic.
I mean, being poetic about it just gives the GM more room to,
No,
to
let's
do wiggle.
let's go ahead and do your thing.
To
Yeah,
screw
yeah.
you.
No,
Yeah.
no player has ever been specific enough to prevent the DM from messing with them. But I found if you give the DM
Yeah.
some leeway, they're less likely to use it to mess with you.
Let's see
Really?
what you guys want to do.
Not how it works, but okay. Well, yeah. Well, I guess Echo has to cast the wish.
You want to cast the wish here?
Yeah. So
Are we casting the
Oh,
wish? Like,
let's-
we don't know
let's
how
get the-
long it'll last, so we cast it from the mobile strike platform.
yeah,
We need to
yeah,
get the
that's what I was
insurance
thinking.
policy.
Go ahead and
Alright.
do the-
I don't have
let's
enough
go
money
ahead
for the
and do
insurance policy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's do that first.
Does anyone
Yeah, Brett-
have money to help Ricard get the insurance policy?
I have
How
two
is
Brandon
grand on me
help
right
with
now.
that? Yeah.
We know one person.
Yeah. That's how
Aren't-
Brandon contributes.
How,
Hey,
how much have
Ricard,
you got,
aren't-
Ricard?
Aren't you a king? They
2,000.
won't give you credit.
No, they won't give him
Ricard.
credit.
Yeah, how much have you
I'm
got?
pretty sure whenever I took
How
over,
much you got,
I
Ricard?
became massively in debt. I'm gonna assume that's the case.
Yes. All right. So, Brennan, you're going to assist with the insurance policy?
Yeah.
Okay.
How much? How much has Ricard got? Has he got anything?
$2 grand.
Oh, two. Okay. Well, good grief. Okay, so I'll pay for half of it,
I
and
have a lot invested into
Brendan
potions
can
of
pay for
flying
it.
right now.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I was just going to
Brendan-
resurrect you if it splatters you, but
Brendan can pay for half of it, and I'll pay for half of it.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, if it's the same thing as resurrection from Testu, we could just probably do that and
It
say
is.
25 grand.
It is, yeah. Just have them take some parts of you.
However,
Yeah,
it does
yeah.
take 25 grand to resurrect you.
Yeah.
Well, we can just have
Actually,
Testu do it.
No, it technically does not. We technically still have a scroll of true resurrection.
Oh, you do? Awesome.
oh yeah, well shit.
Yep, we still have a scroll of true resurrection.
Awesome.
Well, there we go. We don't need to spend 25 grand. You can save your money,
We
Brennan.
got that. We got that in Shalosh. Never used it.
Cool.
Okay. All right, that's cool. Does Amarazi want to do this?
Amarazi's going to support you. You
mean,
guys
he-
resurrected him.
Yeah. Okay. Does he think he's going to live through it? I mean, is this something he thinks is feasible?
He has no idea. He doesn't know how big the explosion is, but he's willing to go through with it with you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
basically going to be going at the speed that Vagradan can't hear us coming because he's going faster than sound.
He can't go faster than sound,
No,
unfortunately.
that's Kydrin.
That's
yeah.
Kydrin. Yeah.
That's Kydrin's whole thing. He'll be mad if Amarazi steals that from him.
Yeah, we're not doing
Now, how to get Vagradan out then? Because we do have to antagonize him. I like
mean,
the slime idea. I like that we just dump a bunch of
and I
slimes in
think-
this field of infinite organic matter, and all his layers is going to get gobbled up.
that. I think
I
they
think
intended the scroll of the
Scroll-
comet, right?
I think
Yeah, roll the comment. Yeah,
I think
You
that
wanna
would do
that
the
too?
trick.
it would literally unbury him.
Yep.
All right, let's do it.
Cool.
Let's see. It's a 50-foot crater, 500 feet in radius.
That'd
That's
do it.
500-foot radius. Yeah, that ought to do it. Okay, so Echo's going to prepare for his cartomancy for the day. He's going to prepare invulnerability.
Sure.
Semi-Echo is going to do the same thing.
Okay.
And then when we get on Amarazi's back and we get close, Echo's going to cast Wish, and he's going to wish that Ricard's first and last strike at Vagradan is a critical hit.
Now, just to jump through the hoops of us doing this, it's going to take you guys 2 weeks of travel, unless you teleport there, to get to the Ancient Wastes.
Let's teleport.
Okay, you guys teleport there beforehand.
Let's see.
Oh, it's
Hold
a-
on. No,
about somewhat
wait.
adjacent.
Wait a minute. Okay. I'm just making sure I got the spell slots.
Okay.
I'm trying to make sure that Echo can get out of there if everything goes to shit. So yeah, I got the spell slots. So yeah, we could teleport there. We could teleport there. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So you guys teleport over to the ancient wastes. You guys can be on the mountains next to it, and Emery and Rosie will arrive to assist.
Okay. Here we go. This is for Wish. Ooh, oh, that's not bad.
Okay.
I thought you had to roll a 1d.
Um,
Oh, you had to roll above a 33. That's right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I don't like making that roll. That roll makes me nervous.
it's supposed to.
Yeah, I can imagine your
Yeah.
stomach dropping when you make it.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. In
I
the
think I'm
distance,
prepared.
you can see the undulations.
Ricard looks over at Echo.
When we
Oh, you ready to go save
yeah,
the
when
world?
we get yeah, I think so. I hope so. I think so. When we get about a mile out, that's when we need to drop the comet,
Okay.
and that's when Echo is going to cast invulnerability on himself, and Semi Echo is going to do the same thing on himself.
All right.
And then we'll just see if Vagradan reacts, I guess.
All right.
Who's casting Comet? I think is Amer's casting the Comet, right?
Yep, I can cast the comet. Technically, Amer never gave Echo the scroll of comet.
Yeah, that's why I said that. I
Yeah.
think you're right. I think you
Yeah.
kept it the whole time.
Echo never asked for it, so Amer pilfered it, and you know how he is. Until someone asks for it, he's just gonna be like, doop doop doo. I'm Amer.
All right. So just for grins, we are going to zoom in for just a moment here to show that the player characters are here. All right.
Ricard is going to drink
Wait
a
a
potion
minute.
of
Wait,
flying
whoa,
and a
wait,
potion of
wait.
heroism just for the hell of it.
Yes, Echo? What are we waiting on?
Yeah. Wait, did you say we're on the map?
Yeah, we're on
Yeah.
the battle map.
Somewhere.
We're on Emrazi's shoulder.
Yeah, we're on the dragon.
You guys want
Are
to try
we on-
Amory and Rosie, right?
You are on the map. Okay.
We're sitting up there like Unit 02's shoulder knife.
Yep.
Yeah, I see us now. At first, I didn't see us.
I do my best. All right. So, you guys are flying in the air towards where you see the undulations beneath the bones.
We need to be close enough for this to work.
I mean, you guys do. I can cause this comet fall anywhere here.
So, where are you going to cause the comet to fall, sir?
Do we know where he is?
You will be able to see where he is because of the undulations of the bones.
Amer's gonna reach into his cloak.
He has a
Fiddle around
stealth
for a
check
little
of
bit.
-4.
Oh wow. Yeah, my passive perception will get that.
He's a 3-mile long dragon, guys, underneath a pile of bones. You guys can see
Yeah.
him.
Amer's gonna pat Emery Rose and go, brace for impact, buddy. And go, you guys ready?
Yeah.
Yep.
Amer will unfurl the scroll, raise one hand to the sky, and shout, "Planetary devastation, Amer style!" as the comet comes down.
As the comet comes down, it sails right down next to you guys. You can feel the heat of the comet as it passes you on the way down. The mushroom cloud of this thing impacting the ground rushes up towards you, nearly obfuscating the area. in that crater, you see Vagrodan laying in the bones, who looks up, glaring at you guys. Please, gentlemen, let's roll for initiative.
If you allow me, Eric,
Yes, sir.
Ricard will take off his Arth Signet Ring of Fine Familiar, and he will hand it to Rose, and he will say, if for whatever reason I can't come back and Monty can't come back, you can use this to bring Monty back at least.
I'll take good care of him if I survive.
Shadrach, watch what you're stretching out near the keyboard, buddy.
All right.
I'm gonna roll my damage for fuck these. Let's roll because good roll. There it goes.
Hey, I brought semi-echo along as well.
Okay.
Wow, that was a poor damage roll.
I will
I
add
will
semi-equal.
spend my inspiration so you can re-roll the damage roll.
Yeah, why not?
Awesome. So we use Sweet August Rose's inspiration. Awesome.
I don't
There you
think
go.
Yep, that's Sweet August Rose, the avatar, not the inspiration. There you go. Cool. So 160 fire damage and bludgeoning, and Vagrodan is uninjured.
I
It
figured
got his
fine.
attention though.
What's up, buddy? How's it going?
It's like a
And-
feather falling onto a sleeping cat.
I'm here. I'm here to return you.
Force damage.
The force damage, he takes none.
Yeah, it's just that one spot. All right.
Yep.
I'm here to return you.
Wow.
I regret my purchase.
You regret your purchase. Okay. All right. So, who am I missing here? Echo tested today, Ricard. I'm missing Aimer for initiative.
I rolled
What'd you get? What'd you get, Aimer?
24, but I used my initiative cast con.
Understood. Gotcha. So 24. Cool. And,
And
semi-echo.
semi-echo.
What'd semi-echo get?
He got a 13.
13. All right. Here we go, guys. Aimer Shastina, you use your initiative to cast the comet.
Yep.
Rose, you've been granted inspiration in case you need it.
I might use it. Well, there's not much I can do even if I go before.
All right.
Down.
So,
yeah, that's fine.
Ricard von Karth, combat has initiated.
Yep, I don't think I have anything I could do right now, so I will just wait for Echo.
Okay. Cool. Tester Dinniday, anything?
Tested reaches
Oh,
out and puts a hand.
well, hey,
Go ahead.
hey, wait a second. Echo had an 18, and semi-echo had a 13.
Okay. I had an 8 for you. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, there we go.
So, Echo needs to go before Tester. I'm sorry.
I guess Ricard can ready an attack for
Okay.
that spot.
Cool.
Well, no, you're gonna have to move. I mean, I'm gonna get you within
Yeah.
striking distance, I think.
Don't worry, I'll do my blessing and then boot him off the dragon.
Gotcha. Okay. So Echo's gonna cast Dimension Door.
Okay.
What?
And he's gonna
Wait.
put us.
No, I've still
Wait.
got to bless him. What are you doing? Well, you read the
You
dimension
gotta
door is
what?
bad. If you dimension door to his back, you won't have enough velocity to hurt him.
No, I'm not going straight to his back. I'm going like 60 feet away so he can fly into it. That's the whole reason for the fly spell. Right?
He needs the falling to get to him. So,
Okay.
Tester can't bless him if he teleports away.
Okay. So I'll hold Dimension Door until Tester Dinniday blesses Ricard. Once he
Okay.
does that, I'll
I think it
Dimension
needs to
Door.
be. It needs to be further than 60 feet above Baggernet. It needs to be at least 200. I think.
Yep.
Well,
that's the
200
full,
feet. Yeah,
that's the full falling damage. Yeah.
I'll,
Yeah, that's
I'll
why
get
we're
him
so
within
high up.
range so that he can.
Okay.
I'll get him within range so he can do that.
I thought you were going
Alright,
to do
so
the
I'm
wish
done.
spell to give him the crit.
I'm holding my action.
He did that
You
before.
already did that.
the Fight.
You did
yeah,
the
he did that
wish.
before the
I
fight.
did
I
that
thought we were
before.
going to do
Yeah.
divine intervention.
Okay, I didn't
before
know how
we
long that
came
would
here
last.
as well.
Okay.
Yep, all good. Cool. So, we go to Test Your Dinner Day.
Testadene places a hand firmly on Ricard's shoulder, says in a very serious tone of voice, it's scary when you hear an Onwa cleric talk with absolute seriousness. And he says, King Ricard von Karth, chosen blade of fate, hear the will of Onwa. When you strike the final blow upon Vagradine, when its ruin spills forth in fire and bile, you shall not stand among the wretched embers. The silver veil of the moon shall pull you beyond light, beyond sorrow, into a place where no flame may burn and no ruin may follow. But heed this, Onwa is ever fickle, as the moon is never still. When you return, it may not be to the world you left, nor the time you left. Strike true, O King, and trust in the capricious mercy of Onwa's pale radiance. And he's going to use divine intervention.
All right. What is the divine intervention you ask for?
To banish Ricard right after he strikes.
Okay. Cool. So, after Test Your Dinner Day, we're going to go to Vagradan. Unless someone wants to do something.
Yeah. Echo dimension doors.
Echo Dimension doors him over
Well,
the
wait,
spot?
you might want to wait because Vagradon is literally about to move, so you might want to hold off on that.
Okay.
Well, falling is pretty much instant
All right.
in third edition.
In 5th edition, if he teleports into position now, the fall happens and Ricard is all prepared, ready to go,
Oh, okay. Well then,
and
yeah,
the
yeah,
strike can happen before Vagradan's turn.
then
Look, I hate to be a stickler, but technically I have a potion of flying on right now, so I do not fall.
Oh,
well, you can. I think you can.
you can choose to
Choose
fall.
the-
There's no way to cancel potions unless you have
Well, if
Dispel
you- if you-
Magic cast on you.
If you have a swim speed, you can sink.
Do you hover with Potion of Flying?
Well, the flying
Yeah.
spell doesn't mean you
No,
always.
I-
I think you're flying.
You have a flying speed. It doesn't mean you have to fly.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Swim
Fly.
speed means you don't have to swim.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gain a flying speed of 60, so it doesn't mean that's like you could turn it off if
Yeah.
you want to.
You can fall if you choose to. It's an option.
I'll go with your guys' ruling. I don't think that's the case. If you have fly speed and hover, you just hover. But hey, if we're ruling it that way, let's do it.
Okay. It says can, you aren't forced to. All right. So as you are teleported 200 feet over Vagradan's vulnerable spot, Ricard, you guys
Yeah.
will hear Emery Rosie say, hold on. And Emery Rosie is going to start flying away as we leave Ricard von Karth falling down into Vagradan. Emery Rosie.
And Echo.
Good. And Echo?
Yeah, and Echo. It was a dimension door.
All
Yeah.
right. Yep. You got to go as well.
Echo can, as the wind is just whipping past us, you can hear Ricard just saying, "Don't miss, don't miss, don't miss, don't miss, don't miss."
All right. So, as Emery Rosie and the rest of the party fly away with Emery Rosie's prepared dash to get away, the two of you fall.
Hold on, Monty.
Yeah, let me get the Battle of Yavin music playing.
As you guys fall, Ricard, your prepared action, sir?
Yeah, he will try to strike right where the next split.
Awesome. Cool. So when you hit, this will be a critical strike. You have to roll the attack roll.
Mm.
It's not a natural one. As you
Shoves it as deep as he possibly can.
as it
He'll go elbow deep if he can.
as you dive down into it, the sword splits the body of of Vagradan open. You see the molten vile green core of this thing as it erupts and washes over you. You die. Echo Rex, you're there as well.
Mm.
Do you have any way to prevent your death, Echo Rex?
I think you said he cast invulnerability.
Invulnerability? Okay.
Yeah, I have invulnerability, so he should be invulnerable to all damage.
How
It
long
doesn't
does this
mean that
last?
if there's some other effect that kills him. 10 minutes.
10 minutes, okay. So, as it washes up over you, you feel the heat, the pain, etc. as it's tearing at you, trying to pull you away, trying to destroy you completely. In the distance, Emery Rosie is beating his wings as fast as possible to get away. And Vagradan will explode. The eruption of shadow and flame acid sprays all over. I'm going to ask for whoever the most dexterous person is on Emery Rosie's back to roll one dexterity saving throw as you attempt to guide Emery Rosie, who cannot look behind at the moment, to dodge all of this. And the DC for this is a 25.
You're here, right, Roz?
I think you and I both have a plus 12, but I guess technically I can re-roll.
I mean, I have inspiration, but you can re-roll more than once. I cannot.
Well, might as well give it a try. I think it should be fine. Nope, unless I roll a 2. I will spend a key point to re-roll that.
Okay.
There we go.
As a massive glob of acid and fire molten sails through the air, he careens past you as you grab Emery Rosie's scale and turn him to the side. He barrel rolls out of the way as you guys will escape the rain of acid away. Behind you, the crater that is left behind by Vagradan's destruction spreads 3 miles in a serpentine pattern across the entire bone wastes. Ancient wastes glow with green fire. Can Echo Rex leave the area in the next 10 minutes? On foot?
That sounds
Yes,
far
he
beyond
has,
his capabilities.
No, but he has a teleport spell in his pocket.
Okay. Cool.
And what about oh shoot, hold on, what are they called?
Ricard?
Well, not Ricard, because I think he said Ricard died. The banishment did
he's
not work.
dead.
You guys don't know. But he might be alive, he might not, but he's not here at the moment.
Also, if he was banished, he would reappear in the fire. Okay, so I'm guessing Star Shatterer is gone, and so is the shield and the armor. Or we just
Oh, wait.
Ricard is just vanished.
Wait a minute, that's a good question. That's a good question. So how okay, so the explosion happens and it leaves a crater full of fire
And
and
acid.
acid
Yes, sir.
behind, right?
Yes, sir?
Yeah. Is Star Shatterer left behind?
Roll a perception check.
So that does beg the question. You know, you are vulnerable to damage, but that doesn't mean you can't be blown away. Like,
Yeah.
you're only
Yeah.
like 40 pounds.
With a 14, sir, you do not see Star Shatterer. All right.
Okay. Are there bits and pieces of Vagradan just laying around everywhere?
Oh, yeah, they're falling from the sky. Multi-tons of flesh and bone impact all around you and splash over you. You're covered in acid that should
Okay.
eat you away in a single round. You're going to use an essence
I want to
extraction
collect
device.
essence. Yeah, I certainly am.
Okay.
Would the device survive?
Oh,
I guess.
no! Oh, one more.
No, 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 no. That, can you believe it? That below. I couldn't get one freaking 10.
Ah.
Oh man.
So
I'm not even going to use inspiration on it. That's just ridiculous.
that's the
That's just
game saying
stupid.
no. I don't have to say anything
Yeah.
about it. That's just the game saying it. The dice want to tell a story
I
here.
think in a rage of fit, in a rage of fit, Echo teleports away before his invulnerability wears off.
Does he teleport away immediately? After
Yeah,
Okay.
right after this. Yeah.
awesome. Cool.
Oh,
Uh-oh. Ricard von Karth. After spending 60 seconds in a white void, you return and are immediately consumed by the caustic acid around you that Echo Rex never saw you reappear in.
do I not reappear in the air?
You would reappear in the air and plop down into the acid. And he rolled
Well,
a
he has the
14.
potion. Well, he has the potion to fly.
That's true. You appear in the air and yeah. So you would be flying
Yeah.
up over this whole thing. You're
above this
correct.
carnage.
Yeah.
There you go.
The
He's gonna
heat-
go.
Yeah, the heat from below is searing, but yeah, you're up a good 200 feet.
Yeah, he's gonna look around and go, Echo, Echo.
Your voice does not echo, sir.
How about Monty?
Oh, Monty should be toast. Yeah.
Yeah, Monty's gone. Okay, so I'm gonna use the effect on my armor to turn into a cloud of sand
Okay.
to give myself a flying speed of 180 feet.
Okay.
And then I'm just going to. This is only for a minute. I'm gonna try to dash as quickly as I can.
Okay. So, you are a cloud of sand, and you're able to go dashing away. However, you see no sign of Emery or Rosie. You see no sign of Echo Rex. You see no sign of your friends.
No idea where I'm going.
No idea where you're going. Can I get a history check for Ricard von Karth for geography? You know which direction you came from, and you can start heading the hundreds, if not thousands of miles back in the direction of Karth. After your minute, you are able to walk among the bones of the ancient wastes.
Hey, we could turn around and pick him up.
Yes, but you don't know that he did that. You didn't hear about the plan to do that. So I'm going to say you don't see him.
I am just picturing Ricard walking through this desolate wasteland and looking like a scene from Vampire Hunter D.
Indeed. And I think, if you guys are cool with that, as Ricard begins the long walk through this bony plain after having slain Vagrodan, the ancient dragon, we're
Standing
going
very tall and proud.
standing very tall and proud with the acid and flames behind you, not looking backwards over his shoulder, his red cape blowing in the wind. We're going to end the campaign here, and we're going to go ahead and go into the epilogue, if you guys are cool with that.
Sounds
First
good.
off, woo!
Oh yeah.
Congratulations.
I know my noise gate is canceling out the clapping I'm doing. Sorry.
So, having successfully completed the campaign, you guys have managed to go from level 1 all the way to level 20. Echo Rex started this campaign as Echo Rex and completed the entire journey. Congratulations, that's quite the feat.
Hell of an
being-
achievement, Doug.
Holding on to the one character, Doug. Good job.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, like half of DMs say this game will go from 1 to 20, 1% deliver.
right.
That is true.
I'm glad you guys have had
Yeah.
fun. Now, I always get to do this wondrous thing where, as a GM, at the end of a campaign, I like to give each of the player characters a boon, a special request that is not tied to spell effects or general rules as written, rules as intended. Bleep the rules. Screw it. This is a straight up GM boon. Brennan? Actually, let me go ahead and start with Echo because he's done this before with me. If you guys are cool with me going to Echo first. Okay?
Yeah.
Sure.
So you guys get an idea of what we're talking about. Echo Rex. Doug. What boon would we ask the reality for Echo Rex?
You know, I hadn't thought about that. I've thought about everything about his backstory and NPC, and how he's going to retire and hopefully become an NPC
Sure.
in the world.
Of
I
course.
haven't thought about the boon. Echo's accomplished everything he's wanted to accomplish. He's not a dragon. He thought he was a dragon to begin with. He thought he was Marazi. But with the help of the rod, he can become a dragon once a day, at least for a minute. You know what? I think his plan is to become master of the Endless Pinnacle.
Okay.
It's Amarazi's lair, it's Amarazi's pinnacle, but he's going to maintain it, and that's where he wants to live, and he's going to keep it up.
Okay.
I think he wants the ability to move the Endless Pinnacle to where he wants it to go.
All right. Cool. And do we go ahead and set him as a dragon doing that?
Excellent.
Okay. So, Echo Rex
His
will become a dragon in charge of the lair of Emery-Rosie, the caretaker and effectively the housekeeper of the Flying Island.
Yeah.
And we will implement wards and turn the entire Sky Island of the Endless Pinnacle into a gold dragon's lair.
Like, didn't he have plans to make it like the temple, like the grand temple of Amariosi or something like
Yes.
that? Now that he's a god, yeah. So
All right. So now
I love it.
now that we've got that in place, we're going to go to Brennan. Brennan, what would you want? What would you want for your character? What can we do?
So, well, this would change his story arc quite a bit in a way that I wasn't planning, but I think it makes sense and it can add some closure. So, the whole time, this whole thing since level 8, Brennan has been trying to kill dragons and learn about dragons and get special arrows because the character thought that the main objective in all of this was to attack Fagerdam. But when it came time to, he was actually powerless to do anything. He couldn't really do much. He was just there. And I think that might be a lesson for him because he's evolved so much from just being a monster hunter that now he needs to go back to Sinluma, and he could run around and clean the place up, with the shades and everything, and he'll do that. But maybe for him, like he had to stop drinking, put down the bottle, maybe he's going to put the bow to the side a bit and look toward the future of being a leader in Sinluma because there's a power vacuum there, which I think would be fun because he's such a populist, anti-leader, this and that hypocrite. But maybe in the end, that's what he needs to do.
Okay. Is there anything that we can do to enhance that for him?
You can ask for like nearly anything here, Brennan.
Anything you
Like-
want.
Yeah, you can like. I mean, it's nearly anything you can imagine.
And I don't want to like butt in on Brennan's thing here, but I
So-
do have an idea for mine if
Sure.
other people need time
Yeah,
to think about theirs.
let's go ahead and hit up Ricard if you're cool.
I don't, if
Okay.
Brennan, if you know what you want, go ahead and ask for it. But if you need time,
How about this? And if it can be anything,
Yeah.
because so if he's gonna put down the bow, which is his identity, he's been learning more and more and more about Amir Rosie.
Sure.
How about he becomes a cleric?
Okay. Cleric or paladin?
Yeah, exactly.
All right. We can
And
establish
through
him-
that he begins his leadership role, and he's like an acolyte to Amir Rosie.
Awesome. Do we want to take the tower that your mother was kept in and turn it into a temple?
That would make a lot of sense. Yeah.
All right. Then we will go ahead and turn the Tower of Sinluma into a temple to Emeria Rosie. And the guardian and keeper of the tower is the great paladin Brennan Thamior.
very cool. Does this make him the first Gestalt
Oh.
character in Toivoa? Does he have all the features of his current classes, and then he gets paladin stuff on top?
Yes, he's not the first Gestalt, but he is
Okay.
one of the Gestalt characters. And you gain the plate armor proficiency, sir.
Okay.
Awesome.
Oh, that's sweet. Yeah, that's cool.
Cool. So then we are going to go to South Cove. Karth. Ricard von Karth.
Okay, so Ricard has always wanted nothing more than to serve his people and to make Karth as good as it once was and better.
Mhm.
Um, he's been adventuring with the Fellowship to this end. Bagridan was a threat, but throughout all the adventures here, he's had a very, very clear weakness that he really, really wish he didn't have. And he fears that that weakness may make him an unfit ruler for Karth, at least to lead it to the greatness that he wants to lead it to. So I think the boon that I would like to ask for, and this may be too much, but was thinking just immunity to anything targeting his mental saves.
Ooh.
Only
Okay,
the mental saves.
sure. We can do that.
Hell yes.
We can give him a crown of mental fortitude that he will find
There you
in Karth when he returns to take the throne.
That's fantastic. So that will allow him to continue to lead Karth without being manipulated.
Without getting shotgun wet.
I didn't say
Yeah, exactly.
manipulate, but
That
no
too.
spell saves. Right. Yeah.
No heck.
But yeah,
it,
the
it
wisdom
has to
saves
be
were
normal
killing him.
like normal talky manipulation,
Yeah,
not
exactly.
Monty, you're talking about-
Yep.
What, Monty? They're trying to manipulate me?
Yeah, I still got Monty to point that out for me.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, he has to get the ring back from Rose though.
He does.
Well,
All
he
right.
knows where to find her.
Okay. So then we're going to pan the camera over to Bourbon.
Well, if I had to pick something for Rose, I would want Rose to have the wisdom to lead Bourbon in a prosperous direction. I would want for her to become essentially the bodhisattva of Bourbon. She's someone who is delaying her own enlightenment in order to bring it to others. So that is what I wish for Rose.
Okay.
Uh,
So you want Bourbon to thrive.
well, yes, but yeah, I want her for her to become a bodhisattva Yeah, and that really isn't a thing in D&D 5e, but that's what she's doing. She is gaining the ability to bring enlightenment to people is what I want her to
Ooh,
do.
you want her to actually become leader of different monks, etc.?
Yeah, I guess. Because this is an exalted thing, so I'm not really sure if it really fits. But yeah, she is. Yeah, that is what she's doing. The ability to teach others how to become enlightened beings themselves.
You want
Uh,
to
is-
become a truly enlightened being and lead with encouraging others to be enlightened.
Basically, yeah.
Awesome. Cool. Fun. I love that. I think that it's really cool. And we will start a
Yeah.
monastery for that study.
Yeah, it's
Warbot.
it feels more appropriate than just like, oh, I want her to be like epic level or something. So
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. So we will start that school there. If you would like, you can go ahead and name that and send me a name in order to include that in the lore.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Then we're going to go ahead and pan over to Nausha, where the home of the Blue Cloaks are. Amer,
You already know what I'm going to ask for, Eric.
what are you going to ask for, sir?
I want to be the mayor of Nausha.
Amer, you are the mayor of Nausha. It's
Yeah.
appointed by King Vir Sadiq.
Eat it, Ruzid.
Oh wow!
That's not what I thought he was gonna ask for. What the hell?
He already changed his
I
name on
didn't
this.
either. I didn't either. I can't believe I didn't see that coming.
I don't know how you guys didn't see that coming. I've been talking about it. I've even said that.
He literally has a sash that says mayor on it.
Yeah, I'm actually going to post that right
I
now
know.
in the general chat.
Oh wow!
So that's his
funny. I didn't see
boon.
that.
Yeah.
Yep, that's my boon.
All right. So, Amer, you are the mayor of Nausha. Congratulations. You get a mansion with this. It's very nice. It does need to be remodeled, but you are going to gain property, standing, and be officially a nobleman.
Yeah.
Is that the place where people always used to go? Is that the place where Gur found all those like panties
It
and stuff?
is.
Yeah.
It's going to be
Isn't that place a
remodeled.
Yeah, I was about to say, isn't that place a shithole?
Amer will remodel it. Don't worry.
Yeah.
That's not a problem.
Yeah.
I mean, I literally
Amer's
had
got pretty good taste, actually.
Yeah,
He
I had
does.
this art
No,
commissioned for this. I went to Bubble. I'm like, hey, can you take my art and put a mayor sash on it? And she just laughed at me.
All
And then she
right.
did it.
Then, last but not least, Testudinidae.
I think you're gonna like this one.
I have an idea, and if I'm right, I'm going to do a fist pump, and I think I know the words that are going to come. Testudinidae,
So
how can I
that's-
help?
Destiny gets to do something unprecedented. A High Cleric of Onwa retiring. Foisting the High Cleric role onto the Moondragon Cleric, he returns to the village where he was born with enough wealth to bring prosperity to his family for generations to come. He quickly attracts several mates, and his efforts significantly increase the total population of the world over the next few decades. Clerics of many faiths still seek him out for guidance, and none of them are ever able to pull him from his well-earned easy life back into the sandals of an adventurer. By the time he dies of old age, again unprecedented for an Onwa cleric, his last act from his bed is to look up and smile at the legal document hanging on the wall, a divinely powered a restraining order against the Spirits in Fellowship.
Testudinidae, you get to roll a wondrous thing. Please roll 1d1000. How many offspring have you fathered and grandfathered? 232 people are
God
part of
damn.
your family tree, sir.
Oh, he is a reptile. That makes sense.
Haha.
Yeah.
Those may not be direct descendants, but they're, grandkids, etc.
Yeah, just dig a hole in the beach. Yeah,
That's not how that works, sir. So, Tester Day, as your boon is that you wish to retire and pass it off to a moon dragon, that's granted. The High Cleric aspect is transferred to the moon dragon in Vakrud, who is now once again the High Cleric and very bitter about it.
Eric, I tell you, I'm going to be sorely disappointed if you don't send droves of players to Testedinidae to get information, and he reluctantly has to try and tell them to go away.
About the Dark Frost. Yeah.
It's
And you have to
going to
make
be
sure-
get off my lawn.
Yeah, and it has to be one of those ones where like,
Oh,
Amer
wow.
told me to do this every single time.
Every single time.
Amer's gonna pay adventurers to do that.
Testedinidae is the only one that can answer this question.
Yeah.
Or how about this as a filter? Since you mammals have a hard time telling the turtles apart, he's just gonna hire someone who's really good at bullshitting to sit on top of a hill and answer cleric questions.
Well, it's not
That'd be
cleric.
awesome.
It's questions about the Dark Frost. I think that's what people care about the most.
And he'll just keep replying with cryptic responses.
Yep. I love it. All right,
Just imagine
guys.
Gamer just sending a bunch of people on a quest, just ding dong ditch Testu over and over.
He will actually. He'll pay them for that. Every once in a while, there's just me a swarm of adventurers being like, "Mayor Amer sent us here to do this." Just like, and I'm like, we need to invent a camera so I can take a picture of Testu's face, and that'll get them paid again when they come back.
So I think, how are you even gonna find Tetsu?
That's the fun part.
I know Echo Rex. Yo, dog. You got that eye still? Where's Tetsu?
No,
Right.
that's
Goddamn,
gonna get
it's Tyson
heisted.
Yep.
That's gonna get heisted.
Hey,
What, from the
yeah,
Endless
that's at
Pinnacle?
the endless. I want to see that get heisted.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be great. All right, guys. Well, that's gonna be the end of the Spirits and Fellowship as a campaign. You guys are amazing, and I appreciate you guys choosing me to be your GM. There's a ton of amazing ones out there, and I'm always thankful you choose me to be yours. You guys have been an absolute delight to run campaign for the past 2.5 years. We have, today was episode 134 that you guys had of the Spirits and Fellowship. All of these are going to be up on YouTube for the archives, so you guys can go back and watch all the amazing sessions and actions you guys had. You've defeated Vagradan. You've reestablished Amir Rosie as a power in this world. You've managed to become mayor of Nausea. You've become king of Karth. You've established Amir Rosie as a faith in Sinluma. You've got the Endless Pinnacle once again active in Toivoa, roaming the skies. Bourbon is on its way towards prosperity. And Testerdina got laid. So, have a wonderful week, guys. Please stay safe. We will be back next week for session 0.
Cool.
As always,
Huzzah.
as always, guys.
Hold on.
Yes.
Round of applause in chat for GM Eric.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I'm clapping again. Can the noise game pick that up?
Negative.
Oh, I'm trying.
Thank you, guys. I'm glad you guys have enjoyed this. We will come back next week for session 0. That's probably going to be private, so we may just run a replay for the Twitch stream next week. Just heads up for them. But usually my session 0s are private so that we can keep all that discussion between you guys. For those on Twitch, if you know someone who wants to play in a GMAC game, send them my way. I'd love to talk to them. We do have a one-shot this Thursday on the 13th, so come join us for that. There's one ticket left for that over at gmeric.com right on the front page. We have the GM tip videos and archives over on YouTube. We have the Patreon where we do sneak peeks of art, and there's going to be another sneak peek coming up tomorrow, so be ready for that. And we have the clip contest channel going on in Discord. Check out the reference site at toivoarpg.com, and we're going to go ahead and end it there for tonight and for the rest of the campaign. You guys are amazing as always. Thank you so much, guys. Without you guys, I have to go and get a different job. I love doing this for you guys, and it's a pleasure and an honor to be able to do it.
After 2 years, I got to be the mayor of Nausea.
Yep.
I'm content.
All right.